now for free.
Iron Mike Keenan, former NHL head coach, came on the morning skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick for SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. That's SiriusXM Channel 91. He was on to promote his new book, Iron Mike, My Life Behind the Bench, and he took some time to talk about his career, specifically the regrets and the influences.
When you get a chance to sit down now and you think back on all these times, any regrets?
Yeah, of course you have regrets. I had the heat turned up quite a bit at my own distraction. So I could have, and I evolved, and even Greg, you just mentioned Greg Gilbert. He said, Mike, you're completely different here in New York than you were in Chicago. So you learn from your own mistakes. And for some reason, I was so driven. I took it personally if we lost, personally. And I was miserable. And I could have probably managed the principles of my coaching career and what I thought was important, that I would always stay intact with those. But the methodology could have been turned down a bit and probably
a little intense?
A little bit smoother.
A little too intense?
At times, yeah. For sure.
Now, big names, Scotty Bowman, Roger Nielsen, Tom Watt. I mean, I don't know, mentors, friends. How did they all influence Mike Keenan?
Well, first of all, I played for Tom at University of Toronto, and then we developed a close relationship, and I would talk to him a lot about coaching. Now I'm in Peterborough. He'd come and see me, and we developed sort of a minor league team for him, because the guys that couldn't play for U of T right away, like Mike Polino, come out to play with me in Oshawa. And so we developed a relationship that way. But we talked a lot about hockey. He taught me more about hockey than anybody else. And then Roger and I have a relationship through Peterborough. We're getting now into the sort of the technical part of video replay and how that. And then I got Scotty Bowman, the greatest ever. He hires me for the first time, probably saw a little bit of himself in me, and he's calling me in the middle of the night after every game. He drives home from Rochester, and at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm not exaggerating, sometimes an hour conversation in the middle of the night. Why did you put Bob Mongrain on the penalty killing at that time? Like, okay, Scotty. But he was just, and he would test me all the time, and I just give him a firm belief in what I thought was right. And he respected that. So it was interesting and then we became friends over the years. It was a real 3 guys that really influenced my career.
That was Iron Mike Keenan, former NHL head coach and author of Iron Mike, My Life Behind the Bench. He was in conversation with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick for the morning skate on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. That's SiriusXM Channel 91.
The PGA Tour comes to life on SiriusXM. It's your destination for everything on the tour. Hear live hole-by-hole coverage and expert analysis. PGA Tour Radio, SiriusXM 92.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Monday, April the 28th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Florida Panthers take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Panthers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 931, Lightning on Internet 945. 9:30 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 928. Avalanche on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 926. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Monday, April the 28th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m. Florida Panthers take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Panthers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 931, Lightning on Internet 945. 9:30 p.m. Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 928. Avalanche on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 926. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Monday, April the 28th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Florida Panthers take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Panthers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 931, Lightning on Internet 945. 9:30 p.m. Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 928. Avalanche on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 926. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Monday, April the 28th.
Sirius XM has soccer covered end to end. Sirius XM FC. Hear live play-by-play and talk shows hosted by legends of the game. It's Sirius XM FC on Channel 157.
Former NHL head coach Iron Mike Keenan came on the morning skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick for Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, and he was asked about the long Alexei Kovalev shift during his time in New York, and he shared his side of the story about the skilled offensive talent that was Kovalev.
The Alexei Kovalev shift. I've heard 7 minutes. I've heard 9 minutes. Hey, you stay out there. You kind of figure it out. Describe to us what went into that. How long was a shift? Certainly Kovalev was a talent, that's for sure, but he was a bit of an enigma.
Super talent.
Yes.
And talented people sometimes are elusive. And Alex, I try to explain to him, you're getting 20 minutes. And I don't want the shifts to be 1 minute, so you have 20 shifts. I'm going to give you 40 shifts at 30 seconds so you can build the intensity up. Understand? Yeah, I understand, Mike. Goes out there. Of course, it's a minute and a half. I said, now, Alex, the guy that's supposed to be playing behind you just missed his shift because now we're going to the next rotation. You're out there for 2 rotations. Okay, Michael. So, again, next thing, does it again. So I said, oh, my God. So I said, okay, guys, this time when he comes back to the bench, it's now going to overextend his shift. He's going to be a little tired. Don't open the doors. He comes over and I said, get out. He thinks I love him now. Get back out there, I said. So then he comes over again. And now I said, guys, he's going to want to climb into the bench because he's done. I said, when he comes over, puts his leg up, push him back out. And they pushed him, but now they are laughing on the bench. This is in New York City. Right during the game. Back there. So Alex figures it out. He scores a goal in the middle of this shift.
Wow.
He gets himself a rest. Stays out there. Finishes the period. So I think it's about 9 minutes. I walk off the bench. I said, Mess, explain it to him, will you, please? He said, I will. Don't worry. I'll look after it. So as a result, we fast forward now to the playoffs in Game 6, playing New Jersey. In the Jersey series, I double shifted him. When he had to come back, and he was electrifying. Mess got the 3 goals, but Alex was a horse. And it's very talented, powerful. And the problem was he was so efficient that he could stay out, but he didn't grasp the concept of just picking up the intensity. You could see him. He could dangle and hang onto the puck, and nobody could take it from him. He was resting while he was out there. So
in essence, it was a bit of a training ground for what was to come against the Devils at the most important time.
Exactly.
Wow.
So it turned out to be a good lesson for him because that's what he did in that game. 30 seconds, 40 seconds. I just said, Alex, I'm going to double shift you. Get ready. Don't be out too long.
That was former NHL head coach Iron Mike Keenan in conversation with Gord Stellick and Scott Laughlin for the Morning Skate on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. That's Sirius XM Channel 91.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Monday, April the 28th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Florida Panthers take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Panthers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 931, Lightning on Internet 945. 9:30 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 928. Avalanche on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 926. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Monday, April the 28th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Florida Panthers take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Panthers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 931, Lightning on Internet 945. 9:30 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 928. Avalanche on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 926. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Monday, April the 28th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Florida Panthers take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Panthers on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 931, Lightning on Internet 945. 9:30 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 928. Avalanche on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 926. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Monday, April the 28th.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
Former Buffalo Sabres head coach Don Granato was on the morning skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick for SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, channel 91, to talk about how different today's athletes are, as well as what it's been like to watch Austin Matthews grow.
It's really a switch in the last 10 years. The first birth year I had at the national team program was 95 birth year. So it was JT Compher, Tyler Mott, that group. You have them for 2 years, so the next birth year coming in was the 97s, which was prolific. It was Austin Matthews and Matthew Tkachuk and McAvoy and Hanifin and Werenski. And I remember talking to the coaches back then that this birth year is way different than the 95 birth year. And this summer, ironically, I picked up a book that titled The Anxious Generation. And I thought it was very well documented, and the author used the iPhone. And the iPhone came out in 2008 or 6, somewhere in that range. But social media didn't hit hard on the iPhone where you could rate a kid's looks if you're a high school student. And so judging other people on a social media app on the iPhone was about 2013. And so now you think about all these kids going to high school, and we never had this. They can be made fun of on social media. They don't even know it, and they're walking out of a classroom and people are laughing. Yeah. So it's a different world we all live in because we're all criticized and compared to more and faster. And with that, you need to balance that with support. And I think, lots of coaches that have gone that I watch around the league in the NHL, there's a lot of great coaches and a lot of good young coaches that are really good at that. The X's and O's, I say to people, are easy now. When the X's and O's are a very simple part of hockey. It's connecting with people and getting people motivated and excited. And that's changed dramatically. X's and O's became big when video hit the computer. You could watch 100 or 1,000 forechecks over and over and over and say, okay, these are the key components on a forecheck. And so, you didn't have to be in the NHL to become better at that. So that's the easy part. I just can't imagine doing this or that I did it. I called Brian Matthews one time in Austin's U17 year. And I said, Brian, do you have any idea how good your son is? And his reply was no. Like, what are you talking about? Why are you, what is this conversation? And I had to explain to him, and I said, I think this is what's going to happen to Austin. I said, you You honestly have to prepare for your life to become very chaotic and crazy. And lo and behold, he gets drafted in Toronto instead of some different market. And we know how crazy it can be here.
Oh, yeah.
But and then the last thing I'll say on it is I remember leading up to the draft, lots of people said, can he handle Toronto? And I thought, absolutely, no problem. And the biggest thing for me is when a young player comes in the league, and we talked about it earlier, if they're a -2 or 3 and they have a really tough night, you get to know how they're going to respond. And some that breaks their confidence, and maybe they need a stint in the AHL. You got to get them out of the pressure. Mm-hmm. But Austin was so good that if that happened, and when it's happened in his career, it doesn't hurt his confidence. He knows that he's in that category of player that I know I can redeem myself just get me to the next game now. And the best players can do that. And that's a different echelon of player at the NHL level that can do that. So if you look at the top players in the NHL, their confidence is not going to break. The guys right under that, they have a bad night. They may not want that next game.
Get the latest news, opinion, and analysis from MMA to boxing and the professional wrestling world 24/7. SiriusXM Fight Nation, SiriusXM 156, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Track.
You're listening to NHL Play-by-Play on SiriusXM.
Chance to get a multi-game lead in the series. Yeah. What do you look for early on here in tonight's game?
Just the odd idea. I thought we were late. Not at the start of the game. Our starts in all 3 games I've been very pleased with. First periods in all 3 games have been fast. They will be fast. We will be as well. It's just about not slowing the game down and not being late on our decisions or our feet. Just the mindset of being on time.
Panthers head coach Paul Maurice right there. Pregame conversation presented by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. We will step aside. We'll come back. One more segment to go here on Panthers Preview. We'll have the scratches. We'll also hear from the head coach of the Lightning, John Cooper, get the view from the opposing side of things going into tonight's game. It's the Panthers and the Lightning, Game 4. Panthers lead the series 2-1. One more segment to go here in Panthers Preview, and then we'll get ready to drop the puck here in Sunrise as we get ready for Game 4 of this first-round best-of-7 series. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. It's Panthers Preview right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Celsius has been dropping new flavors, and one of the latest is Cosmic Vibe. It's a vibrant and juicy fruit punch that I'm going to go ahead and say is out of this world. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit petmeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
South Florida, remember eating a blue raspberry treat and showing off your blue tongue? Astro Vibe is that tasting experience, just without the blue tongue. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Welcome back to Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
Welcome back here on Panthers Preview. The opening face-off just about 6 or so minutes away. Let's get to your scratches. Presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. Tonight's medical doctors, Dr. Uribe, Dr. Yagnik, Dr. Ross. Presented by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. For the Panthers, scratch Jacob Megna, Jonah Gadjevich, Mackie Samoskevich, Uvis Balinskis, and Tomasz Nosek. For Tampa Bay, you can scratch Cam Atkinson, Connor Geeky, and Oliver Bjorkstrand. Your scratches presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. Getting the view from the other side now. Our pregame scouting report presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills of Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com. John Cooper, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning, was asked how he's seen this rivalry evolve over time. What's different now than in previous years?
To be honest, it's changed in the sense, the players have changed. But the coaches have changed. And we've had a different team as well, so it's kind of ebbs and flows the way this rivalry's gone. But to me, it's been exceptional hockey, and I think there might have been. I would sit here and say the Lightning and Florida games today are way more tight checking than they were like 4 years ago, where it was just wide open, free for all, both ends, and just you're watching goalies make spectacular save after spectacular save. Now those chances don't come in bunches like they used to. This is way more tight checking. I'd say that'd be the difference.
John Cooper, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning, right there in our pregame scouting report presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills of Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com, and says these games have really tightened up. Would expect much more of the same here this evening. Panthers lead this first-round best-of-7 series 2-1, hoping to push the Lightning to the brink of elimination going into Game 5 coming up on Wednesday. A big one here tonight. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers back with the drop of the puck next here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Panthers Preview. Face-off for tonight's game is just minutes away.
You're listening to the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Florida Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean.
The excitement continues in Hallandale Beach with live racing action Thursday through Sunday at Gulfstream Park. Plan a day after races in 10 Palms Restaurant with premium dining and elevated track views, or take in the races trackside from the Carousel Club with a craft cocktail. For stake schedules, reservations, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
Hockey lives here.
Sagan to Ben, down low, delays, he scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. D-Station, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. It's game time.
It's the power play, Barkov the chuck in front, bouncing puck, jammed it, they score! A power play goal! Carter Verhaeghe on the backhand, and the Panthers take the lead!
The defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers are on.
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Sponsored by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. And by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers.
Now, let's get right to the action.
And the rock is rattling, the balls bursting in there, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise. It's the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning, Game 4 of this first-round best-of-7 Stanley Cup playoff series. The Panthers lead the series 2-1. Tampa Bay won Game 3 here in this building Saturday by a 5-1 score. Panthers looking to get back on the winning side of things here. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Manny Chang is our on-site engineer. Trevor Harris back at studio control. Tonight's Game 4 presented by our friends at City Furniture. The starting lineups presented by SeatGeek. Your ticket to great Panther seats for the Panthers, coached by Paul Maurice. The starting forward line, Anton Lundell between Etsi Luostarinen and Brad Marchand. Nico Mikkola, Seth Jones defensively. The goaltender is Sergei Bobrovsky. For John Cooper's Tampa Bay Lightning, the starting forward line, Yanni Gourde between Nick Paul and Gage Gonsalves. Eric Chernak alongside Ryan McDonough defensively. The goaltender is Andrei Vasilevsky. Panthers in red, right to left. The Lightning in white, left to right. Lundell stands in at center against Paul, and we are set to go. Game 4 is underway, and the Panthers control to start. Jones up the far side. Marchand, he'll roll one down to our left, back into the Lightning zone. Onto the end wall, good pressure from Lundell. Almost jarred the puck free as he went in there against Nick Paul. Paul, a soft backhand to Gonsalves. He'll fling a backhand rink wide. Paul tracks it down on a bounce, and he's able to chip one down into the Panthers zone to our right. Nico Mikkola off the near boards, a clearing pass to Lundell. Did leave the zone, but it was intercepted by Paul. Sent back in. Now down to our right in the near corner. Jones had his clearing attempt held in by Yanni Gourde. Around to the far side. J.J. Moser for Tampa Bay. Down low, it's whipped around near side again. Victor Hedman here at the near point. Pressured by Luostarinen. Puck muscled into the neutral zone. Tampa Bay reloads at center. Gonsalves to Gourde. Hedman, Gourde again. Long shot. That's wide of the Panthers net. Over on the far boards. It's tapped on by Matthew Tkachuk to Sam Bennett. He'll roll it down to our left, deep into the Lightning zone. Vasilevsky maybe hesitated for a split second. Did play the puck aside. Evan Rodriguez tossed it across the ice. Nobody home for the Panthers. And Tampa Bay a clear as Gus Forsling plays it right back into Tampa Bay territory.
We'll see if the Panthers, it was a good start last game in game number 3. They want to try and replicate that. The only problem is game 3 weren't able to sustain it.
Now the Panthers have scored first in all 3 games of the series. Matthew Tkachuk opened the scoring last time out. Tkachuk holds far boards, gives to Barkov. And now Barkov into the offensive end for the Panthers. Down to our left, Eric Chernak there against him. And then they tie up to the end boards. Back to handle it for the Lightning is Ryan McDonough. He was there to help out, couldn't clear. Barkov near side. Reinhardt along the boards into the circle. Reinhardt a low shot, left pad save made by Vasilevsky. Puck picked up by Gonsalves. He'll leave it for Chernak, who couldn't get it out. Now a scramble here in the near corner. Chernak back on it for the Lightning, and he will sky one out to center as we've gone nearly 2 minutes here in this first period. Scoreless early. The Panthers and Lightning in game 4.
There's that forechecking pressure causing some havoc. McDonough turns the puck over on the stick, and it ends up with a chance on the left wing for Reinhardt.
Now Gonsalves up the near boards, and Brandon Hagel sends one across, dodged a check. McDonough out of the zone. Anthony Cirelli caught up to by Mikkola. It was nudged away. Loose puck far side of the ice, and the Panthers charge out. Mikkola to center. He'll dump one down to our left. Rims around the top of the dasher. Got by Jesper Boquist and A.J. Greer. Seth Jones has it right circle. In the offensive end for the Panthers. Cuts down behind the net. Pass out to the near point. Mikkola looks across. Nico Sturm a long shot. That deflected off a Lightning shin pad into the near corner. Behind the net then, it's Jesper Boquist to handle it for the Panthers. Hands it off. It's Greer out to the far point. Jones long shot, and that deflects away. Never got through to Vasilevsky. On the inboards, Nick Perbix blasted by Sturm. Puck pops free, and the Lightning maintain possession. It's fluttered along by Hagel, who hears a chorus of boos on a couple of occasions during that sequence. He's coming off the one-game suspension from the Game 2 hit on Barkov. Marchand looking out front of the Lightning net. Pass intercepted by Zemgus Girgensons. It's cleared out, and Paul gets it on for Mitchell Chafee. Far side of the ice in for Tampa Bay. John Cooper's group into a change. Hedman far point across to Aaron Radish. Kucherov a shot, and that one is blocked away. Bobrovsky got a little piece of it looked like. And now over on the far boards, it's Anton Lundell. He'll give dead to Luostarina into the offensive end of the Panthers' left side. A shot, that one didn't get through. Lundell finds it, plays it around. Ekblad out front, and that one is going to take a deflection off to the far corner. Mitchell Chafee to Nick Paul, and he clears all the way down to our right. 16:24 to go, first period. No score, an icing call, and we have a stoppage and a face-off coming up down in the Tampa Bay zone. Paint the Grain is a DIY craft studio which hosts workshops such as kids' birthdays, ladies' nights, and corporate events. They're located in Davie on Griffin Road. Check out paintthegrainstudio.com for their schedule of events and follow them on social media at Paint the Grain.
Only one shot on the board, and that was Kucherov coming off the bench, and he came right down the throat, received the pass high in the slot, tried to go to the blocker side against Bobrovsky, and Kucherov and Gensel had a major impact on Game 3, and got to have the ability to not totally contain them, but just control them as much as possible. They're going to get free, get their looks, keep it limited.
Now they showed they don't need much time or much space to make an impact in a game, especially back in Game 3 of this series. Here's Mikkola after a lightning clear. He'll get across center. Play down to our left. Rims around the end boards. Braden Point back around near side for Tampa Bay. McDonough on for Kucherov. He took a hard shot, but still got a pass on us. Mikkola put a shoulder into Kucherov, and then it's Gensel across to Chernak. Cuts in far circle. Backhand looking out front. Bounced away. Offset Jones, and now as the Lightning try to keep it alive, it's going to be played back into the neutral zone. So Kucherov starts the regroup by handing it off to McDonough. He'll fling across ice. Pass missed the mark. Down to our right it goes. Icing called against the Lightning. 15:31 to go, first period. No score. Panthers fans score big on game day with Stoner's Pizza. Buy a large cheese and pepperoni pizza, get one free. Order online at stonerspizzajoint.com using the code GOCAT. Stoner's Pizza is the official pizza of the Panthers. Online only. Price and participation may vary.
That's where you see Barkov's defensive acumen. Seth Jones' beat wide to the outside. Looks like he maybe has a chance to get to the net, but Barkov in support position is able to shut that play down before even it gets halfway to the net, and that's that Panther style. They want to make the Lightning come through layers.
Kachuk far circle in front. A shot from Rodriguez. He's just wide and off the end boards. Chernak will hand it aside for McDonough, and he clears up the far boards. Poked along by Braden Point from center down to our right into the Panthers zone. A close call down there to our left. The Panthers nearly getting on the board, and it was Evan Rodriguez who's been put back onto this line with Kachuk and Bennett. Meanwhile, a turnover at center. Back into the Lightning. Hagel, Cirelli in front, and unable to get a shot away was Gord. Now on the end boards, he tries to settle it. The Panthers maintain control. Kachuk didn't get it out. Cirelli sends it around the end wall, and then here on the near side, it's Hagel. Shuffles out to Perbix. A drive, and that one wide, short side. Out to the far point, Moser. Cirelli down and around on the end wall. Schmidt. He'll play it back over to that far corner. Turned over out front. Here's Cirelli a try, and he couldn't get that one through. Dragged it to the front of the net. Had a backhand opportunity that was blocked. Kulikov was the one who had it taken away. Now a shot from Perbix, and that one goes off Yanni Gord. A drive from a sharp angle from Cirelli, and that's paddled away by Bobrovsky. And finally, the Panthers do get it out. Rodriguez sends it the length. That's going to be an icing call against the Panthers here. 14:22 left in the first, and no score. And the first sequence where we've seen Tampa Bay really start to get the Panthers frantically trying to get it out.
And it starts with a turnover in the middle of the ice, and all of a sudden it's coming back on a 3-on-2. And that starts that offensive zone pressure. Then Kachuk turns it over. Another turnover. Panthers got to be really careful with the puck. You don't want to give Tampa Bay second chances, opportunities, especially when they can come in transition like that. And Paul Maurice, the coaching staff, that is the one thing they definitely do not want to happen. They do not want to feed the beast into the strengths of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Clean face-off win for Braden Point there. And Radish's shot right into the midsection of Bobrovsky, and he sees that through traffic and hangs on. 14:18 left in the first. No score. It's the Panthers and the Lightning early on, and And all of a face-off coming to Sam Bennett and Jake Gensel into a little exchange. Our linesmen get in the middle of that. Speaking of our officials tonight, the referees are Chris Rooney and John McIsaac, and the linesmen are Travis Garlitz and Johnny Murray.
And we've seen so effective when you get the puck and just those high flips. A lot of teams do it throughout the NHL, but get the puck in your own end and just put those high flips up in the middle of the ice. Then it's up for grabs, and it starts to cause confusion. Straight lines, Panthers, north-south. When they start going east-west trying to make cute plays, it becomes problematic.
Face-off near circle down to our right. Barkov will win the draw from Braden Point. Puck picked up by Gus Forsling. Long stretch pass out of the zone. Too far for Reinhart. No icing here. Hedman bats it right out to center for Tampa Bay, and then Ekblad flings it back along down to our left. Victor Hedman, first one there for the Lightning. Winds it around. Kucherov near side. His pass for Gensel missed the mark, and then Ekblad intercepts. He'll dump it back in from center ice. Back behind the Lightning net. Kucherov, he'll give it to Hedman. Pass up the far side. Luke Glendening angles it along. That one goes out of play into the bench area, so a stoppage with 13:51 left in the first period. No score. Tampa Bay leads the shots 3-0 early on. We'll step aside. We'll take our first media timeout here in Game 4. It's the Panthers and the Lightning. Scoreless, 13:51 left in the first on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amerant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on the action. Secure your group spot today. Visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK to learn more.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
No score, it's the Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning here in Game 4. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Remember to feed your fandom with the new Panthers sub, only at Publix, the official supermarket of the Florida Panthers. Though you can't go wrong with any of the subs from the Publix deli counter.
Had a good fast pace to this opening period.
I thought you were going to tell me about a sub you had at Publix recently. Here on the near side of the ice, it's Luke Glendening.
I get my fill of them.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Can't go wrong. And now we have a offside call against Tampa Bay. 13:41 left in the first. No score. Panthers and the Lightning here this evening. Game 4. Game 5 will shift back to Tampa for Wednesday night. Of course, the Panthers hoping that they can have Tampa Bay on the brink of elimination come Wednesday evening.
And with Hagel back in the lineup, John Cooper still elects to go with the 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. Used to it. Tampa Bay plays it a lot, so that means you're going to see extra doses of Kucherov and Point with some other lines.
Yeah, Connor Geekie for Tampa Bay, a scratch for the first time in the series. Nico Mikkola, low shot from the boards, and that one was gloved by Vasilevsky, handed to Chafee, and then cleared into the neutral zone. And early in his first career Stanley Cup playoff game, A.J. Greer hitting everything in sight so far in his first couple of shifts.
He's going to bring a good bolt of energy.
Here come the Lightning heading in. Hagel near circle. Backhand out front. The pass missed the target. And Brad Marchand will get things moving the other way for the Panthers. A feed to Gus Forsling. Then on for Lundell. A shot save in front. It's Marchand who will still in the backhand wide. Into the near corner. A quickly developing scoring chance there. Now Forsling airmails a slap shot from the near point. It's whacked along the far boards by Hagel, who fails to get it out. Second try. He'll feed it across for Radish, and he's got some room. Darren Radish in for the Lightning. Drop pass. Yanni Gord looks across. The pass is off the skates of Ekblad. Ekblad. He'll field it, plays it off to the far boards for Luostarinen, who then pushes one out through center down to our left, and Ryan McDonough back to play it. Both teams getting some fresh legs on. 12:30 to go here in this first period. No score. Panthers Lightning game 4. The Panthers lead the series 2-1.
Good things happen when you shoot the puck. Wandell down the left wing. A big juicy rebound off the left pad of Vasilevsky.
Kucherov dangles in, trying to drop it back for Braden Point, and that was stolen away. Kulikov starts the attack the other way for the Panthers. Kulikov, Bennett left circle, a shot, and out to challenge and making a save is Vasilevsky, and then some shoving out in front. Kulikov and Chernak, and then Tkachuk wants to get it. A member of the Lightning, the linesmen hold him back, and everything seems to be calmed for now. The Bennett, Tkachuk, Rodriguez line on.
That's better for the Panthers. Now he's starting playing straight lines. Lundell got that shot down the wing, came off the pads of Vasilevsky right on the stick of Marchand, and he one-timed it right in the middle. Luostarinen in that inner slot. Vasilevsky makes the save. Then he had Kulikov, the defenseman, jumping up in the play, and Bennett just put his head down, as he always does, and goes hard to the net, and a nifty little pass right on the stick. Unfortunately, Bennett shot right into the Lightning crest on Vasilevsky's jersey.
Off the draw, Tkachuk pounds it to the near corner. Chernak after it for Tampa Bay, broke his stick trying to clear. Did get it up the boards, and the Lightning do get it out. Gonsalves clears. Back in from center come the Panthers. Here on the near side, Paul, a hard check on Rodriguez. Paul hands one on. Yanni Gord through center, down to our right, into the Panthers zone. Into the near circle, down behind the net. Kulikov bumps him. Bennett picks up control of the puck, didn't clear. Paul to the net. That's cut off by Nate Schmidt. And Kulikov will backhand out through the neutral zone and down to our left into the shallow part of the Tampa Bay end. Perbix there for the Lightning. 11:37 left in a scoreless first. Here on the near side, Gonsalves. He'll redirect it deep into the Panthers zone. Seth Jones from behind the net. Far side for Carter Verhaeghe, and he'll bolt out of the Panthers end. Up the right side, it's Barkov. Sends one down deep into the far corner. Barkov, Perbix, they battle. Loose puck on the end wall. Paul arrives to provide some reinforcements. Barkov still manages to come away with the puck. Out to the right point for Jones. Just jumped over his stick. He'll have to recover and play it down deep as the Panthers have to tag up and get onside. Tampa Bay a chance to bring it out. Long feed to Gensel from Perbix connects, and then he'll play it across the neutral zone. Moser on for Point. Point then hands this one off. In goes Gensel, left circle along the boards. Cuts over to the far side. Rings it around. Kucherov tied up by Sturm. Verhaeghe will bat one along, and the Panthers numbers heading out of the zone. Near side, it's Jesper Boquist. Peels off near boards. Has it just inside the line. Forsling a shot blocked, and the Lightning will get it out. Here's a feed straight on Kucherov. One man to beat. Forsling back against him. Kucherov in, and the shot is stopped by Bobrovsky. But yep, there's going to be a penalty coming against the Panthers here. Bobrovsky made a stick save on Kucherov. Forsling fortunately was able to recover and get back there to cancel out what would have been a clear-cut breakaway for Kucherov, but the Panthers are going to be down a man. Let's listen in downstairs. Slashing against Gus Forsling, and it was Nikita Kucherov all alone heading in on net otherwise, so...
Kucherov looks for that. He likes to hang in the weeds.
Yep.
All of a sudden it springs out, and looks like he may have a full-time breakaway, but the best skater on the other side is Forsling. He's able to chase him down. Just a chop on the hands late by Forsling that caught it. I don't believe there's any other defenseman on the Panthers that is catching Kucherov on that breakaway. Lucky Forsling was on the ice and was able to get back, and probably a pretty good penalty taken by Forsling. You have to watch out. They look for those quick breaks all the time. Any kind of loose turnover, loose change, they're looking to blow the zone and go the other way, and that time Kucherov found himself almost all alone against Bobrovsky.
Well, as we've discussed, if you like penalty killing, this has turned out to be a series for you. The Panthers were, as far as the penalty kill goes, 5 for 5 in games 2 and game 3, so they hope to duplicate some of that success here. Puck play down low by Paul, around to the far corner, Gonsalves, then it's Chafee, second unit, starting the sequence for John Cooper's club. At the line, Radish back for Paul, near circle Nick Paul, backhand across, deflects away, Gonsalves, can he recover? Nico Mikkola muscles the puck into the neutral zone for the Panthers, as that'll help the Panthers penalty kill cause. Puck rolls out to the center line. It's battled for along the far board. Squirts back inside the Lightning end, and Darren Radish will have it halfway through period number 1. 1:26 to go in the Panthers penalty kill situation. Tampa Bay's power play, as I mentioned, they were 1 for 3 in game 1, but 0 for since. Here's Braden Point, near side, Gensel across. Far side of the ice, they work it around. It's Hagel to Kucherov, left point. Hedman, long shot deflecting into the near corner. Gensel keeps alive. Kucherov then looks to his left. Hedman, Kucherov straight on. Gensel right circle. Gensel, Kucherov up top. Kucherov holds, fires, deflecting wide. Hagel has it off the end boards out to the far point. Hedman across Kucherov along the right boards through the near circle. It's Gensel back to Kucherov at the line. Hedman juggles and the Lightning forced to reload as that one went over a stick with pressure coming in from Nico Sturm. 45 seconds still remaining in the Panthers penalty kill here. Kucherov, center ice, Hagel. Kucherov right side, hands it back, point. Point through the center circle. Swings it to Kucherov along the right boards to Hagel then. Hagel along the near boards down to the corner. He'll backhand one around. Far side, Braden Point out to the far point then. It's Gensel across. Here's Radish then down to Kucherov. It's whipped wide. Out to the far point, Gensel. Radish near side. Kucherov in the right circle. Holds, looks around, backs towards the corner. Kucherov, Hagel. Kucherov out to Radish again. Radish, Kucherov in the right circle. Holds along the near boards. Pressure from Nico. Kucherov gave it away. Jones will clear, and all the way down it goes. With 8 seconds to go in the Forsling penalty, the Panthers almost through this 2-minute sequence. 8:37 to go in a scoreless first. Gus Forsling on his feet. He'll pop out of the penalty box and back to 5-on-5 hockey we go. The Panthers are 1 for 1 on the kill.
Extraordinary effort by the Panthers as they collapse the box. Tampa Bay was looking for those plays down low, but because they're collapsing around their goaltender, none of it was available, and Tampa Bay was resistant of shooting the puck from the outside, and the Panthers are able to get through it one more time. The Panthers penalty killing has just been doing yeoman's work.
And outstanding now in the far corner of the Lightning zone. A hard hit late on McDonough by Verhaeghe. They continue to battle. The puck picked up, sent along by Gord, and then it's flipped on by Gonsalves. Too far for Cirelli. Bobrovsky has to make a play on it. Winds it around near side. Forsling absorbs it, check, got it out. Finds Verhaeghe in the neutral zone. Dropped off for Barkov, and he goes near side. Barkov keeping the offensive end. Protects it along the end board. Tried to center, but it was batted away by the goaltender Vasilevsky. He got the paddle out there before the pass got to Reinhart.
Barkov recognizes he's working against the forward, Yanni Gord, and able to walk around him. If not for Vasilevsky, he's reaching out with that goal stick to interrupt that pass. It's going to be a point-blank one coming down for Reinhart.
Now it's Moser, far side for Hedman, back for Moser, back in the Lightning zone to our left. To Braden Point, then it's dropped back for Victor Hedman. 7:19 to go, first period. We're still scoreless. Shots 4-2 for the Lightning. Here's Hedman along the right side. Kucherov sidesteps a check, gets it off to the far circle. A shot, Gensel, and it's wide. And that rims around the boards, leaves the zone and goes all the way down to our left. But how shifty is Kucherov there to be able to make that pass?
Yeah, Kulikov had him lined up in the sights. He's able to spin around Kulikov. And then once you make that east-west pass, it starts to become problems. They tried to hit Point in front. Panthers defensemen were there, but it came close. And this Tampa, when they go east-west, they're about as good as any team is in the NHL moving the puck.
Luostarinen to the net. He's dumped over, and a penalty coming up against the Lightning. Chafee, or make that Perbix rather, looked like he wrapped up Luostarinen, and the Panthers backed up to their own line, but they will be going on to a power play. Here's Tkachuk heading in offensively. Hands a pass through the far circle that's picked off by Chafee, and with that, the whistle blows. 6.5 minutes to go, first period. No score. Now, moments after a successful penalty kill, the Panthers are going to go to the power play for the first time. Here's the call. Perbix for holding the call. A Panthers power play presented by Publix. When we come back, this is the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
South Florida, let's talk about the classics, the OGs, the classic Celsius flavors. There's so many good ones. Sparkling orange, grape, wild berry, or this watermelon. I'm drinking right now. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius energy drinks.
Every Stanley Cup champion started somewhere. Begin your championship journey with the Florida Panthers Learn to Play. Learn to Play is designed to introduce the game of ice hockey to boys and girls ages 5 to 9. For only $250, each participant will receive 6 weeks of on-ice training from Florida Panthers alumni and USA Hockey certified coaches, as well as a custom-fitted free set of ice hockey equipment that they can keep at the program's conclusion. For sign-up, location, and scheduling information, visit floridapanthers.com/learn-to-play.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a
Hey sports fans, thank you for hanging out with us and chatting it up. We're thrilled to bring you the Playoff Pulse. Catch every single NHL and NBA playoff game right here while supporting an incredible cause, SickKids Hospital. Together, we can make a difference with every single view.
Holy Mackinac! Joe Bowen here, the voice of your Toronto Maple Leafs. Every moment you watch on Toronto Sports Insider helps SickKids Hospital. 100% of Leafs playoff stream revenue goes straight to their life-saving care, helping kids in our community and beyond. This is what Playoff Pulse is all about, bringing playoff excitement and making a lasting impact for those who need it most. So let's rally together and show sick kids we're in their corner.
Hey everyone, Easton Cowan here. Let's amplify our impact. Every like, share, and subscribe boost our donations to Sick Kids. Watch the games, get hyped, and spread the word to grow our Playoff Pulse community. Join us now.
Get their first look with the man advantage.
Panthers break it in off a clear, but the puck picked up and sent all the way down immediately by Chernak. As we come up on 6 minutes to go in the first period, Game 4 presented by City Furniture. Seth Jones out of his own end for the Panthers, who go right to left across your radio. Barkov through center, gives right. It's tapped by Reinhardt. Tkachuk back down to Reinhardt onto the end boards. Never got it to Barkov. It's loose over on the far side of the ice. Cirelli digging for it. This one is eventually cleared by Anthony Cirelli all the way down to our right. 1:10 to go in the Perbix penalty. 5:38 left in a scoreless opening frame.
Those are the little plays you can't miss. You get the offensive zone set up, and Tkachuk tries to feed it to Barkov, misses him with the pass. If he hits, you're able to get into your sets, and that's been a big problem, trying to get into the setup for both teams.
Ekblad, Rodriguez, then along the far board, Sam Bennett. Panthers in the offensive end down to our left, out to Nate Schmidt at the line. Marchand near circle, got by him. Ekblad here on the near side with it. Back for Marchand to the line. Schmidt, pass down low, picked off by Moser, and he'll find some open ice. He clears all the way down. 40 seconds left in the Perbix penalty. The Panthers on a Publix power play.
No sitting back a lot with either of these penalty kills. When they get a chance to attack you, any kind of loose puck ball, then they're going.
Rodriguez, a long-distance shot crossing in, paddled away by Vasilevsky. Brandon Hagel takes over for the Lightning, hands it back for McDonough, straight on for Cirelli. Pass near side, Hagel cruising in. Brandon Hagel near circle, cuts down low, thought about wrapping it around. Puck came off his stick, loose in the far circle. Hagel recovers then. A shot from the far side. That one from Cirelli, off his own man, went off Hagel. And the Panthers start out. 7 seconds left in the Publix power play. Bennett, left side Rodriguez to the high slaughter shot. He missed high. And it goes around to the far boards. Puck picked up by Nico Mikkola. Back to 5-on-5 we go. Both teams 1 for 1 on the penalty kill, keeping with the trend of the last couple of games. Down to our right, the Lightning pressure into the Panthers zone. It's Yanni Gord into the far corner, tied up. Nico Mikkola the clear. Out to center, Emil Lilleberg. He'll hand this one on. It's cleared down to our right by Nick Paul. The end of the Panthers in. Forsling then for Mikkola. Mikkola up the far boards, and he's able to bounce one into neutral ice from center. It's picked up by Gord, given to Gonsalves, back to Lilleberg, and eventually he will dump it in for the Lightning. Puck loose back behind the Panthers net. Forsling, first one there.
Denver settling into this tight checking game on both sides. There's some turnover early by the Panthers. They've settled down.
Now Gensel into the high slot, has control of the puck to the far circle. Lilleberg, one-timer save made by Bobrovsky. Juggles and he holds on as that one came in with some zip on it from Emil Lilleberg. 3:36 to go in the first period. No score between the Panthers and the Lightning. We'll take our final media timeout here in the opening frame and bring it back for the rest of the first period. That's next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year.
These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Back here inside Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, Game 4 of this first-round best-of-7 Stanley Cup playoff series. Presented, as always, by our friends at City Furniture.
And for the first time in this series, John Cooper has loaded up that top line with Braden Point, Kucherov, and Gensel. We saw him split up first 3 games. Hagel and Cirelli being back in the lineup was part to do, but we saw Point playing down on the second line for the majority. All the big guns together for John Cooper and the Lightning.
Draw on the far circle down to our right inside the Panthers. Into the right of Sergei Bobrovsky, his stick side. Barkov a clean face-off win. Verhaeghe finds the puck and he'll clear. Out through center and down to our left. McDonough juggles it. Banks it up the far boards. Gensel couldn't settle it down. Barkov takes it back. Spots Verhaeghe cruising in high slot. Shot! It's blocked away by Vasilevsky. What a pass from Barkov to find Verhaeghe as quickly as he did.
And that's where you want to go for Verhaeghe. Test that blocker side from far range. That's the one area you can beat Vasilevsky from distance.
Kucherov back inside the Lightning end. Far side of the ice for McDonough. Into the neutral zone, Braden Point across, and it's Kucherov here on the near side. He spins to get away from Bennett. Lost the puck. Sam Bennett up the near side. Cruises in. Bennett up the near boards. Continues to the corner, and then whacks one around far side. Out to the far point. It's Seth Jones, and he'll loft it back down low. This one rims back around to the near corner. Into the near corner goes Nico Mikla. He'll shovel it back around. Far side, Jones pinches in. Covering the right point, Rodriguez, then Jones to an open Mikla. Left circle, Nico Mikla to the front of the net, and that one deflects away. Here on the near boards, Hedman, he'll have it for the Lightning. He couldn't clear. Cirelli drops it back for Moser behind the net. J.J. Moser with some room. The Panthers get a partial change in progress. 2:20 left in the first. No score between the Panthers and the Lightning. Game 4, the Sunshine State showdown here. The puck backhanded to the neutral zone by Zemgus Girgensons for Tampa Bay. Dumped back in by Nate Schmidt. Funny bounce off a stanchion. The Lightning recover. Moser a clear. Vasilevsky had gone back behind the net to play the puck, but the puck never went back there. His defense, though, they were ready for the bounce. Here's Lundell to Schmidt. He'll dump it in from center. Around to the far circle, rolling puck in front. Perbix there, and he'll start the charge for the Lightning. 3-on-2. Perbix, the puck carrier, drifts off to the far side, and the whistle blows. An offside call. 1:46 to go in the first. No score. What does it mean to feel welcome at Baptist Health? It's making sure everyone feels cared for and cared about. Here the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Some superb puck movement in the offensive zone by the Panthers. And they got the Lightning caught with 4 players on the right side of the ice, and Mikkola was left all alone. He came down to the left face-off circle dot, got in tight against Vasilevsky, but that puck movement, all of a sudden you had 4 players trapped on one side of the ice. If you can move that puck like that and rotate around, you'll be able to find some openings. The Panthers found one there for Mikkola.
Now the Lightning work it in down to our right. Perbix plays the puck deep. Sturm far corner for the Panthers. A backhand finds Jesper Boquist. Cross ice to Mikkola jumping in the rush. Nico Mikkola here on the near side. Puts one to the net. A funny one-hopper there on Vasilevsky, who fields it into the Lightning logo at the center of his jersey, and then a little skirmish afterward takes place. Vasilevsky has the puck. 1:28 left in the first. No score, but Nico Mikkola just kind of bouncing one toward the net, and it was a little bit of an adventurous one there.
And I think the Panthers have done a better job when they've gotten into the zone with that shoot-first mentality. We saw them trying to make some plays last game. They didn't connect. Now you're walking in, even Mikkola there. He got no play, just kind of shoveled it to the net. And it was bouncing on Vasilevsky and caused him a little bit of headache for a second. If he drops that rebound, there's some Panthers there on the doorstep. And we saw Luostarinen with a rebound chance. Shoot the puck. This is it's so tightly played to the vest. Every chance you get a chance to get it on net, you have to.
Here's Forsling near point off the Panthers face up with a long shot. Tipped and a save made by Vasilevsky with Sam Bennett in front with a deflection. 1:23 left in a scoreless first. And getting to that right there, Billy, remember, Game 1, Reinhart scored on a deflection. Sam Bennett batted home an airborne puck. The Panthers were finding somewhat different ways to get the puck past Vasilevsky, and it worked back in Game 1.
And that's all a shot pass from Forsling. They were looking for Bennett, and Glendening had him tied up a little bit, but Bennett, those deflections from far out are hard.
Here's Cirelli, tried to dangle to the net, but Forsling stayed with him and knocked the puck away. Kachuk out of the zone, Rodriguez, and he'll toss one into the Lightning zone. Vasilevsky winds it around. Then Chernak around to the far boards. After it is Rodriguez. Hagel poked the puck away. Tried to clear, couldn't. Second chance. Hagel again fails to get it out, but Cirelli will. Ekblad drives it in down to our left. 55 seconds to play here in the opening frame. We are scoreless at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Game 4 of this first round playoff series. Panthers lead the series 2-1, and Ryan McDonough will hold it down to our left. Long outlet pass that takes a bounce and winds up inside the Panthers zone. Went off Seth Jones. Jones back to play it, and he Barkov near corner. Up the boards for Reinhart. Cleared beyond the blue line. Moser hands it back for Hedman as the Lightning reload at their own line. Here's Hedman up the far side to point. Dumped deep into the Panthers in. Bobrovsky gave it to Mikkola. Almost had it torn away. Barkov recovers. Up the boards. Got the clear. And then Hedman, he gave it right away to Barkov. Dumped in down to our left by Verhaeghe. And that sails on a play. 11.1 seconds left in the first. No score. Shots even at 6 as we wind down here in the opening frame.
That pretty much tells the story. The shots at 6 apiece. And again, you look at these teams and their ability to play defense. Much like we saw in game number 2, there's just not a lot of space to operate. Every time you touch the puck, seems like there is someone in your face. And 5 of the 6 Tampa Bay shots, I believe, came off the Panthers' turnovers with the puck in their own end. They caused some headaches for themselves. They have settled down a little bit in that category, and maybe some nerves early on for the Panthers. Got it out of their system, and both the goaltenders not asked to do too much. There's some partial breakaways.
That's it for the opening 20, so scoreless through 1.
And you had the partial breakaway by Kucherov. That could have been dangerous. Forsling was able to get back. And both these power plays, you had a power play attempt on each side. And if both these power plays are cooking, they can get 6 shots on a power play. Everything's going well.
Yep.
And that shows you how good the penalty killing has been. So the Panthers just clean up with the puck in your own end, make everything perfect. They got better going into straight lines as that period went on, put a little bit more pressure on the Tampa Bay defensemen. And also, they're looking for those long stretch passes. It's a lot of the times, and on that Luo Serena penalty, that's where Seth Jones, he recognized right away, was able to get in front, and the quick transition game from the Panthers turned it up. And that's where Luo Serena was able to almost split the defenseman, get a scoring chance. So, you look outside of that, nothing really comes off the top of my head as far as Kucherov coming off the bench, got a decent one there. And from the Panthers, shoveling pucks toward the nets, rebounds. It's going to be greasy goals. You're going to have to get it done and get it done in a hard fashion.
And we will have one of the Panthers stopping by ringside here any moment now. I can see downstairs we're getting our man ready down there as we're scoreless through 20 minutes of play here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Game 4. We go downstairs outside the Panthers dressing room. Panthers forward Eetu Luostarinen downstairs with us. And, well, Eetu, first thing got to ask you about, you guys 1 for 1 on the penalty kill there in the first period. The penalty kill's been outstanding these last few games. For you guys, what's been the key to the success in that part of the game that you're so important to for the Panthers?
Yeah, like you said, it's been working pretty well, and I think the main key is just try to outwork them, try to take their outs away, and know who's on the ice, and just a lot of work.
And too, seemed like there was a couple of turnovers on your sticks in the first 5-10 minutes of that game, able to clean it up and get north-south hockey. How important is just making sure that puck possession in your own zone, that it's going north-south and getting the puck out?
Yeah, it's huge. I think I've said before, they like to go up real quick of those turnovers, so we got to make sure to get and be smart with the puck in the right positions.
Eetu Luostarinen, our guest downstairs. Eetu, how much are you guys now? You've seen so much in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and you're still a young player, but you've seen so much in your time in the playoffs. How much has this experience benefited you now as you go into another playoff run here, being able to navigate it game to game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it helps just to be a little more experienced, a little more poised, and different situations, and just know if you're down a goal or a game in a series, you know what to do, and just small things like that, I think.
And that too, you had Tarasenko last year. This year, you got Brad Marchand, and Brad Marchand likes to talk. What's his wisdoms on the bench been like for Lundell and yourself?
Yeah, it's a privilege to play with such good players, and Marchie coming in this year has been huge for off and on the ice, and he talks a lot. He makes it easier the guys like us to replace and stuff like that.
Eetu Luostarinen, our guest downstairs. Eetu, thanks so much as always for stopping by. Best of luck here the rest of the way.
Thanks, Eetu.
That is Eetu Luostarinen, the Panthers downstairs outside the room. And we've talked about it a lot. You brought it up there, Billy. But a couple of years ago, Eetu and Anton Lundell, they had Sam Reinhart as a line mate. Last year, it was Vladimir Tarasenko predominantly. This year in the playoffs, having Brad Marchand by their side. I mean, great resources these guys have had year after year, and you've seen it help them evolve their games.
Oh, you got a wealth of research there you can go through with Tarasenko now. Brad Marchand, and he's been through everything as Marchand. He's played a ton.
There's nothing he hasn't seen in the game.
There's a ton of playoff games, and he's talked about it, and they know they're good defensively. Marchand's talked to both those guys. Hey, let's push it offensively. We get the puck on our stick. We know our systems. We need to dump it in, but when we got time to make plays, let's make some plays. He's trying to impart that on Lundell and Luostarinen, that you guys are good offensively. Let's trust ourselves to play the right way and play smart, but when we get the opportunity, let's look to score some goals, and I think that's credit to Brad Marchand. He's always going to be talking on that bench, and Eetu Luostarinen, when you get a look at him off the ice, he's a big man.
Yep, he is.
Just like staggering big. I was like, goodness, I saw him the other day in the locker room. I was just like, he's large, and that's where you could see it on that play where he was able to split the defenseman, that long reach and the good skating style. He's cemented to the ice. He is really hard to take off the puck. And good period all around, tightly to the vest, and we head to period number 2.
So we will hand it off to Kevin Rogers here in just a moment. The Panthers and the Lightning scoreless through 20 minutes of play here in Game 4. Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 60-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples to Orlando. Come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast and fun wash. Go to elcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join Wash Save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean. Panthers and the Lightning, scoreless through 20. Kevin Rogers takes it next. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay here at Amerant Bank Arena. Kevin Rogers in our network studios with the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. That is straight ahead on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
The This is the first intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
First intermission underway from Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers nothing, the Lightning nothing. Kevin Rogers with you. Game 4 of this first round series. And the Panthers up 2-1. Road team's 3-0 so far. Panthers won the first 2 in Tampa, 6-2 and 2-0. Lightning bounced back in Game 3, 5-1 on Saturday. And now the Panthers looking for a second shot at a third win in this series. We're guaranteed a Game 5 in Tampa on Wednesday at 7:30. And Tampa Bay with a win tonight would guarantee a Game 6 back at Amerant Bank Arena, but on Friday night. But the Panthers looking to go up 3-1 and just try to make the one trip to Tampa and be done with this. But still got a long way to go in this one. Sergei Bobrovsky and Andrei Vasilevsky both making 6 saves apiece in the first period, a tight first period, as this is the first time we have not seen a goal scored in the opening period in this series. In fact, the Panthers had scored in each of the first 3 games in the first period. First time they have not found the back of the net in the opening period in this series. And after seeing the Lightning drop 5 in Game 3, good start for the Panthers, at least defensively, keeping Tampa Bay off the board. Panthers had that early goal from Matthew Tkachuk back in Game 3. And so far tonight, the only other thing is since the beginning of Game 2, the Panthers with just 3 goals in the past 7 periods, and one of them was the Sam Bennett empty netter at the end of Game 2. So the Panthers trying to get the offense back to what it was in Game 1 when they scored these 6 goals, but so far tonight, all square through 1 period. And when you look at the rest of the Eastern Conference series, 3 of them, you have one team up 3-1. So the Panthers trying to join that group and go up 3-1 with a win tonight. Coming up, we'll take a look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. Also, South Florida sports scene. The Heat trying to keep their season alive against the Cavaliers. All of that is straight ahead. Panthers nothing, the Lightning nothing through 1. Game 4 of this Eastern Conference first-round Stanley Cup playoff series with the Panthers up 2-1 in the series as we continue the first intermission right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
First intermission continues at Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers nothing, the Lightning nothing. Kevin Rogers with you. Game 4 of this Eastern Conference first round best of 7 series. Panthers up 2-1, so looking to make it 3-1 with a win tonight. Game 5 coming up back in Tampa on Wednesday at 7:30. Let's take a look now at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all, and the second and final game on the Monday Stanley Cup playoff slate takes place in Dallas, 9:30. The Avalanche and the Stars, Game 5 of that series, all knotted up at 2 games apiece. Colorado bounced back from a Game 3 loss to shut out Dallas in Game 4. So now pivotal, to say the least, Game 5 tonight back in Big D, and we'll see if the Stars can take the 3-2 lead or if the Avalanche can grab it and then go home for Game 6 with a chance to clinch it. Meanwhile, coming up tomorrow, 4 games inside the Stanley Cup playoffs. 2 Eastern Conference series can end with the home team winning. Toronto hosting Ottawa at 7 o'clock. Maple Leafs up 3-1. They couldn't get the sweep as they lost Game 4 in overtime, but now a second chance for them. Tomorrow, Hurricanes up 3-1 over the Devils at 7:30 from Raleigh. Carolina won in New Jersey in Game 4, bouncing back from the Game 3 loss. In the Western Conference at 9:30, the Wild and the Golden Knights at T-Mobile Arena. Vegas getting a big win in Game 4 to even up that series at 2 games apiece. Also, Edmonton with 2 wins at home. They have knotted up the Kings at 2 apiece, heading back to Los Angeles tomorrow night at 10 o'clock for Game 5. Before we step aside, let's pause for station identification right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The best hockey.
All 3 Canucks are back. Shen, in, Shen, Perron, Schwartz, they score!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. C-Station. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Coming up, we'll take a look at the South Florida sports scene. The Heat trying to keep their season alive against the Cavaliers. Game 4 of that first-round series in the NBA playoffs. Tell you about that coming up. Panthers and Lightning scoreless through 1. Game 4 of this Eastern Conference first-round series. Panthers up 2-1 in the series as we continue right here from the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives. Kids, take the next step in becoming the ultimate Florida Panthers fan by joining the Panthers Kids Club. Members of the Kids Clubs can join for free and receive exclusive benefits, including free entries into monthly raffles, special offers, and customized content to stay informed on all things Panthers. Upgraded memberships, which include a Panthers merchandise pack and other additional benefits, can also be purchased. Visit FloridaPanthers.com/Kids Club for more information on all things Kids Club and to sign up.
Second period, a few minutes away from Emmer Bank Arena. Panthers nothing, the Lightning nothing. Game 4 of that best-of-7 series. Panthers up 2-1. Kevin Rogers with you. Quick look at the South Florida sports scene. The Miami Heat trying to save their season with a win against the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. Right now, the Heat trail the Cavs 35-10 under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter at the Kaseya Center. Coming up next, it is the second period. As we're seeking our first goal, Panthers and Lightning scoreless right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Catch your Florida Panthers and Amerant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida. Our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs, including Amerant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
Back here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, Game 4 presented by our friends at City Furniture. Panthers lead the best-of-7 series, 2-1. We're scoreless through 20 minutes here in this one. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Manny Chang is our on-site engineer. Trevor Harris back at studio control. SeatGeek's the official ticketing partner of the Panthers. Get all your Panthers tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. That's SeatGeek, your ticket to great Panthers seats. Panthers in red, left to right. The Lightning in white, right to left. Both teams were 1-for-1 on the penalty kill in the first period. Both teams had 6 shots on goal in the first period. Scoreless through 20.
On to round 2, period 2. That was defensive clinic by both sides pretty much in that opening period.
Now a hard hit delivered by Mikula from Gonsalves in the far corner down to our left inside the Panthers end as the Lightning work it in. Nick Paul, Gonsalves then behind the net. Seth Jones works him over, but they lose puck taken by Paul. To the point, McDonough. Long shot deflected off Barkov in front. Went to the far boards. Chernak is blasted by Verhaeghe along the far wall, and the Panthers will start out. Barkov, Reinhardt, right side, lobs it down toward the net. That's wide. Then from a sharp angle, Verhaeghe is shot off the side of the Lightning net. Puck picked up and cleared on by Gonsalves. Down to our left it goes. A foot race for this one. No icing. Forsling's going to have to make a play on it. Kept it away from Gord. On for Ekblad. Across center to Verhaeghe, and he'll dump it in.
Seems like Paul Maurice had the Barkov line out there, not against Kucherov, to open up, and he didn't change. And he's got last line change. But he wants Forsling and Ekblad out there every time the Point and Kucherov and Gensel are on the ice.
And now Braden Point in the offensive end for the Lightning. Hands one back. Moser, a shot and a save made by Bobrovsky on a long-distance try from the right point. Out come the Panthers. Ekblad across center. He'll chip a backhand down to our right. Far corner, it's Rodriguez. He'll get a pass to Bennett, far half court. Top of the line, Schmidt. Kulikov, one-timer in. A left-hand save made by Vasilevsky. Puck played out of the zone by Hedman. Rink wide for the Lightning. However, it's given away by Kucherov to Kulikov. He'll pass across the ice to Bennett. And then a feed back to the left side. A shot. Rodriguez deflected wide. Here on the near boards, it's corralled by Bennett. He's tied up immediately by Gensel. And out come the Lightning. Chafee gets up towards center and plays it in.
That shot by Kulikov had some pepper behind it. Got on Vasilevsky quick.
Now puck bounces away inside the Panthers zone, but Lundell to the rescue. He'll get it out. And this one sent all the way down to our right. An icing call against the Panthers. 18-10 to go in the second. We're scoreless here in Sunrise. And Billy again on that opening sequence of the period. Carter Verhaeghe, a thunderous hit on Eric Chernak. And I'm sure part of it is the matchup that John Cooper's trying to get with that defense pair against the Barkov line.
They just don't like each other.
They are always in each other's faces.
Yeah,
and they seem to be always on the ice together. It almost never fails.
I'm not sure what transpired in Tampa Bay when they were teammates, but there is no love lost between those two.
Off a face-off, puck picked up by Luostarinen, tossed into the neutral zone. Lilleberg stops it up, gives to Kucherov, then across near side for Lilleberg again. He's tied up with Lundell, who's taken down. Fans wanted a call, not going to get it. Hagel for Kucherov, far side. It's Radish for the Lightning. Chipped along. Cirelli then gets it deep into the Panthers zone. Onto the end wall, it's Nate Schmidt. He's got Hagel on him. Schmidt up the far boards. Luostarinen had it poke checked away as the puck arrived on his tape. Played down low, Cirelli, then Hagel around the end wall, near corner Kucherov. Action down to our left inside the Panthers zone. Winding it around, it's Kucherov to Hagel. Far circle, a shot that's wide. And here on the near side, pinching in to hold the zone is Lilleberg. Now again, it's Marchand for the Panthers. He'll bat this one out to center. And the Lightning work it right back in. Radish plays it around the end wall. Far side, Hagel, first one there. Skipped by him. He wraps up with Luostarinen. And it's a setup for Glendening, top of the far circle. His one-timer is blocked. And the Panthers get it out. 17-10 to go. Second period, no score.
There's where you see the 11-7 rotation come in, and all of a sudden Kucherov comes out with Hagel and Cirelli. That's why it's tough to do the matchups. You just never know who's going to come out with the different players.
Kulikov here on the near side. Sturm, he'll clear for the Panthers. A.J. Greer, left side, heads in along the wing. He leaned on by Perbix, and Perbix took a tumble there. 2-on-2 scrum on the end wall then. A puck loose into the edge of the trapezoid, handled by Chafee now for the Lightning. Far side for Girgensons, handed back for Perbix. Nick Perbix on the end boards, near side for Victor Hedman, has some room to skate. Hedman up the near side for Chafee. The pass deflected away as Kulikov pressured in there. Now along the near side, the puck recovered for Tampa Bay by Glendening, and he'll play it down to our left, Bobrovsky, leaving it for Rodriguez behind the Panthers net. 16-19 to go in the second, no score. Rodriguez carries it along left to right across your radio.
Everything in this game has been played between the whistles. We haven't seen the extra scrums, none of that. Both the teams realizing the importance of this game. There's been plenty of physicality, but we have not seen anything after the whistle.
Nick Paul in first after a loose puck play deep into the Panthers zone, so no icing. Over on the far side, though, it's stolen away, and Rodriguez starts the charge for the Panthers. And a penalty's upcoming. Gonsalves reached in there against Rodriguez over along the far side as a puck is played out the line. Gord grabs control. The whistle blows, and the penalty called. The Panthers will go on to their second Publix power play. Gage Gonsalves did reach in there against Evan Rodriguez, and there you hear it. It's a holding call against Gonsalves.
And with Rodriguez's speed, it's a pinch by the Lightning that gets caught. And they're trying to keep that play alive along the boards, and getting caught in between was Gonsalves. He was up high because the defenseman was down deep in the corner, and Rodriguez recognized it immediately, and he was able to blow by Gonsalves, one hand on the stick, reaching out with the other hand, and even lost his glove in the process of holding Rodriguez. Easy call for the official.
So a face-off coming to the right of Andrei Vasilevsky, down to our right inside the Lightning end. Barkov will take the draw against Glendening. Barkov, Verhaeghe, Reinhart, Tkachuk, and Jones, the first power play unit for the Panthers here. However, the Lightning control the draw. It was pulled back by Glendening and cleared by McDonough all the way down.
Those little things like winning draws on the special teams are so critical.
And just like the first Panthers power play, the sequence starts with Tampa Bay clearing at the length. So now the Panthers charge in. Here's Reinhart, far circle with high slot shot, and that deflects wide. Here on the near boards, it's handled by Tkachuk around far side. Verhaeghe has Chernak on him. Verhaeghe, Barkov along the end boards. Tkachuk back to Barkov, far side, far edge of the trapezoid, drags it out front. Pass Reinhart, top of the far circle shot. That deflects wide into the near corner, and it rims along the near boards, held in by Seth Jones. Now to Barkov, to the corner, Tkachuk. Barkov here on the near side. Jones, center point, far circle, Verhaeghe. Back up top, Seth Jones. Long loose shot in. It's fought off by Vasilevsky. Verhaeghe kept it alive. Center point again, Jones. Verhaeghe, top of the far circle, a shot. And that one sails wide to the near corner. Hits something out front. Now it's Jones, far side, Verhaeghe. Into the circle he goes. Far corner, back out for Jones. Jones a shot. That deflects wide. Off the inboards. The puck played along by McDonough. Couldn't get it out because he couldn't get all of it. Jones across, far side, Verhaeghe. To the inboards, Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk, near side, Barkov. Jones, top of the near circle, across Verhaeghe. Backs up, high slot, pass down low through the far circle, Reinhart. Backs out toward the dot, then a pass to Verhaeghe's off the mark. And the puck goes all the way down to our left. That'll eat up some valuable time here. 34 seconds left in the Gonsalves penalty as the Panthers had a good thing going down there pressure-wise.
That's a crusher. They had the 4 penalty killers trapped out there for a minute and a half. They were dead tired, and they were working around.
And along the far side, it's Marchand. Tried to center, intercepted Glendening. Oh, he got blasted by Ekblad, and he couldn't clear as a result. Loose puck in that far circle, and the Lightning gather control. Girgensons to Moser off the glass. He clears, and Girgensons will grab control of the neutral zone. Chips it down to our left. Down to the final seconds here on this Panthers power play from Publix. Marchand sends it around the end boards. Bennett after it. Back to 5-on-5. Gonsalves out of the box. Tampa Bay 2 for 2 on the kill. Pass straight on. Here's Marchand cruising in. Up the near side into the circle. Brad Marchand power move to the net. It's poke checked away by Vasilevsky. Into the near corner. A battle for the loose puck. Rodriguez there. He had it roll away. Lilleberg tracks it down for the Lightning. Fails to clear. Over on that far side, Lilleberg has it again. Now around for Moser. Moser into the neutral zone. It's Gensel. Backhand flip to center. Off a stick. Kucherov has it. Backhand feed for Gensel. Didn't connect. Nico Mikkola back across center ice. He'll drive it down to our right for the Panthers. Rims around. Braden Point. Can he clear? No, he can't. Far point. It's Forsling cross ice. Off a lively bounce. Lostarina shot from the near circle, and that didn't get through. Over to the far boards. Kucherov for the Lightning. Fanned on a feed, but Point there to scoop it up anyway. He'll wind it around. Far boards. Nikita Kucherov is there. Stumbles a bit. Pass cross across ice, finds Gensel, and then he will lob one down to the far corner inside the Panthers' end. Both teams get a line change in progress here. The Panthers break it out. Kulikov, Jones near side, hopped away. Nick Paul couldn't settle it either. Luostarinen gives to Barkov, and Barkov muscles one into the Lightning zone. Near boards, Yanni Gourde takes it back. He'll give behind the Lightning net for Chernak. Chernak under a lot of pressure from Reinhart. Turned over, loose side of the net. And Chaffee there to help the Tampa Bay cause. He came to the rescue to make sure that there wasn't a shot from Reinhart. Now Forsling in the high slot, fakes, fires, and it's fought off by Vasilevsky with the glove hand, and Nick Paul will play it off the short glass, but not out. The Lightning fail to clear. Now over on the far board, the Panthers have it. Reinhart, Barkov, shot, a save made by Vasilevsky, and he will hold it with 12-12 to go here in the second. No score. A good sequence in the offensive end for the Panthers at 5-on-5, but Vasilevsky is able to keep the Panthers' attack at bay. Back with more straight ahead. 12-12 to go in the second. No score here in Game 4. The Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
I love the ocean.
Me? I love a slow winding river.
I love the lake. Slick as glass.
But nothing compares to what you love inside the boat.
My family.
My child.
My best friend from first grade.
If you're behind the wheel of a boat, pay attention. That way your favorite water will always be safe water. Learn more about boating safety at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Game 4 presented by City Furniture. 12-12 left in the second. No score, but Billy, the Panthers, a lot of pressure there leading up to the commercial break.
Forced that turnover by Chernak, and it worked up high to Forsling. And Forsling was in, and Chernak went down to block the shot. He walked around him, got a clean look at Vasilevsky, and then another play quickly in front of Barkov in that inner slot. And that was the most dangerous hit for the Panthers that we have seen this evening.
Puck poked ahead by Hagel here on the near side. Doesn't clear for the Lightning. Rodriguez kept it in. Now Bennett to the far circle. A shot, a right pad save made by Vasilevsky. One of his biggest of the night right there.
Panthers turning up the temperature.
As Cirelli plays it up the near side. Jones holds the zone for the Panthers. Seth Jones here on the near side along the boards. Down to the corner. Tkachuk looking for Bennett. Intercepted by Cirelli. And he will cut up the far side of the ice for Tampa Bay. Up the boards to Glendening. Cirelli again, far circle. Rolled one toward the net with one hand. Bobrovsky nudged it away. Over on the far side, Bennett will clear to center. And the Lightning reload the neutral zone. Perbix to Hedman. He'll dump it in.
Last two shifts the Panthers have had more scoring chances than they've had the entire game. Bennett there, Bennett getting around. And that long reach. And Vasilevsky again. These goaltenders are tough to beat when they're seeing the puck.
Shots are 10-7 for the Panthers so far. Down to our left, the action behind the Panthers net. It's loose at the side of the goal. Anton Lundell's there. Lundell, his pass for Jones. Too hot to handle. Goes down to our right, no icing. Marchand there first. Marchand in the near corner. He's got Lilleberg on him. And to help out is Luostarinen in the front. Marchand, and they score. It's Anton Lundell set up in front. Marchand to Lundell. And the Panthers strike first with 10:54 to go here in the second.
Well, the Panthers have some momentum-building shifts prior to this goal. And it came a little bit more feverish pace. And there, Tampa Bay, for some reason, had four players, again, trapped on that right side of the ice. There's a battle down deep in the corner. And it's a soft little play by Luostarinen, who finds Marchand, and all alone in front. There is no one in front. Actually, all five Tampa players, all five of them, are caught on that right side. Three players go in against Luostarinen. And then Paul attacks Marchand, and then Lundell has all the time in the world And there's that big body of Low Serena down deep in the corner, able to protect that puck. Even he has 3 Lightning on him, but that's a defensive breakdown, a quick passing play, and Lundell's able to finish it off. That line, and we talked about them trying to be a little bit more offensive. What a perfect example there, and the Panthers open up the scoring.
Here's Kucherov to McDonough across center. It's dumped in 1-0 Panthers, and what hard work by that entire line in the offensive end. Luostarinen, Marchand, and Lundell for the finish. Now the Lightning try to answer. It's McDonough. Chernak, long shot, and that one wobbles wide. Whip back out front by Point to the near point for McDonough. Across for Chernak. Far boards.
Kucherov just got blasted
down
by
in front.
Forsling.
Yeah, he's back to his feet, but slowly. Now Gensel here along the near boards. He's tied up. Braden Point to McDonough at the line. McDonough across Chernak. Chernak a long shot that deflects up and into the mesh. 10:07 to go in the second. 1-0. It's the Panthers in front. And a little bit hobbled going to the bench is Nikita Kucherov over on the Tampa Bay side. Face-off up, coming down to our left inside Panthers territory.
The margin of errors is so slim in the playoffs, and there's a breakdown by Tampa Bay. For some reason, they had all the 5 players on that one side of the ice, 3 players down deep in the corner. Low Serena able to protect that puck, and once it got out to Marchand, Lundell, he had time to do whatever he wants, but he took that pass immediately and shoveled it on the blocker's side. And that was really built up, Doug, by the couple of shifts before that. You're starting to ramp it up, put pressure, and 3 straight shifts, and eventually it ends up in a goal.
Eventually wore them down and got the first goal in this game, and it's Anton Lundell netting his first of the playoffs, as now we've got some shoving over there in front of the Panthers bench. 9:45 to play in the second. The whistle blows. Puck was caught underneath the pile, and now everybody ultimately pulled away and separated. 9:45 left in the second here. 1-0 Panthers, and as everybody is separated, we head to a media timeout. We've crossed the halfway point in Game 4, presented by City Furniture, and the Panthers have a 1-0 lead on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call, because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com, and score big on your dental insurance. Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
$9:45 to go, second period. 1-0 Panthers in front of the Tampa Bay Lightning here in Game 4, presented by City Furniture. And if you're just joining us, Anton Lundell's first of the playoffs from Brad Marchand and Eetu Luostarinen at 9:06 of the second. That's the lone goal scored in this one.
When you think of Lundell and all the playoff experience that he has at such a young age, 23 years old, and this is already playoff game number 58 for Lundell.
Yeah, it's easy to forget how young he still is. He won't be 24 until October. Victor Hedman, pass up the ice, missed Hagel, who was bumped by Jones, and the puck goes down to our left. Nico Mikkola will hold it there. Banks it up the far side, intercepted at center, and Moser moves it along for Cirelli. Chipped over the Panthers line. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you as the pass is played out to center. To Chuck, then it's Bennett. A shot, right pad save made by Vasilevsky. And Tampa Bay will get it out of their own end. Here's Cirelli. Then he leads Braden Point. Cuts to the net. Backhand shot. A right hand save made by Bobrovsky. Over on the far boards, Point. Out to Moser. Moser across Hedman. Has some room. Looks back to the high slot. Couldn't find Braden Point there. And now Bennett will give to Tkachuk. He flutters one along down to our right. Back inside the Lightning end. It's Hagel. Long feed. Near side Hedman to Point. And then it's guided down to our left inside the Panthers end. Marchand across for Forsling. Cross ice then to Ekblad. Up the near wing goes Anton Lundell. Lundell here on the near side of the corner. He is blasted and taken down hard by Emil Lilleberg. The puck freed up, and Glendening will hand it on for Hagel, who took a hard lick from Ekblad, and down on the ice is Hagel.
Ekblad's been physical on that power play.
And the fans are really, they're on their feet for this one because of the Hagel hit on Barkov back in Game 2, and that was a thunderous hit that Ekblad put on Hagel as he makes his way over to the bench.
Ekblad's had a couple. You remember on the power play, he blasted Glendening. This time coming down, pinching down from his point position. Hagel, a winger, not expecting it, trying to get that puck out, and it was just more of a really hard shove.
And Hagel just went down the tunnel.
Well, there's a little bit of an argument there that there was some extension towards the head with the shoulder, but it was kept down and just a push, and Hagel had his head down, and that's where it was met.
And we'll monitor that as we cruise along here. I don't think John Cooper's thrilled about that one.
Yeah, John Cooper's not happy about that hit. Play on.
8:34 left in the second. 1-0 is the score.
This is where you're John Cooper and the Lightning. You can't let your emotions run too high. If you feel that's a penalty, fine. But you're down 1-0 in a game. You have to make sure they're an experienced group over there on that bench. But you cannot get too frustrated in calls in the playoffs. You've seen it throughout the playoffs. You think that should be a penalty or that. Whatever the case is, just go from there. It is. Yep. It happens. You have to react and move forward. You can't live in the past. And John Cooper really riled up on the Tampa bench.
Was he ever? Now Hagel did skate off under his own power, so that's good to see. But went down the tunnel. So we'll wait and see what comes next as Dmitry Kulikov heads down to the left into the near corner. Back in up the board. Lilleberg, long shot. That's wide. Over along the far boards. Then Perbix down behind the net. This one handled by Chafee. And he's bumped by Kulikov. Give it to Girgensons. Over on the far side, Perbix. And then Perbix will play it down behind the net. Around the end boards it goes. And here on the near side, Lilleberg after it. Tied up by Sturm. Girgensons in there then. And Nate Schmidt has him tied up. 2-on-2 scrum down to our left near corner inside the Panthers zone. As the puck is pulled free, Girgensons behind the net. Point right side, a shot, and perfect stop by Rusty. The rebound, they score. And that was batted at in front. Looks like it was Chafee who got a piece of it. And this game is tied at 1 with 7:39 to go here in the second.
Tampa comes back. It's Point out high, and one of the few actually hits coming through. Who did it? I'm not sure who it hit, but it hit a Tampa Bay body in front, and all of a sudden
Lilleberg was crossing through.
Lilleberg, the defenseman, jumping down, was able to cross through. And then Bobrovsky reached out a little too far as he extended the left pad, but went underneath that left pad, and Chafee's able to tie this game up at 1. They come right back after that Hagel hit. The response on that bench, and everyone fired up, and it's Chafee with the goal. And give credit to the defenseman, Lilleberg, jumping down there, getting into harm's way. Went right off his pants in front, right on the stick of Chafee.
Well, both teams knew coming in nothing was ever going to be easy in this series. Here's Gensel to Chernak. A shot. He scores off the bar and in. Top shelf, and Eric Chernak has given the Lightning a 2-1 lead.
I guess the John Cooper reaction to the penalty, maybe it's some motivation. Actually worked the right way. And they come back with 2 quick goals.
2 and 11 seconds, Billy.
2 and 11 seconds. That is really tough to take. They just win this opening draw. Up through the ice, dump it in, and Forsling batted on it. It was pressure by Kucherov that kind of started, and an innocent-looking wrist shot by Chernak from the right point position. He kicked it up from his skates to his stick and was able to beat Bobrovsky high.
Puck play down to our right, deep inside the Lightning end. Verhaeghe bumped by Kucherov. Puck came free, Point near side, and Gensel will clear. So you have highest scoring team in the National Hockey League in the Tampa Bay Lightning. And here in Game 4, it's Chaffee and Chernak, the two goal scorers.
And that's just, I know he was animated after the non-call against Hagel or whatever you want to take after that hit by Ekblad, but John Cooper was running up and down that bench after they scored those couple of goals.
Yep.
Just kind of screaming and yelling like, that's how we respond. Let's go here, boys. And John Cooper is really normal, level-headed behind the bench. You don't see him react, same with Paul Maurice, to a lot of stuff. But there was a little extra bit there from John Cooper. He was screaming at his players, screaming at the refs on the ice.
Seth Jones, a long shot glove down by Vasilevsky. John Cooper, longest tenured coach in the National Hockey League, hired March 25th, 2013, Billy, in a league where there are a lot of coaching openings every year. It feels like, I think there are 7 openings right now, but in Tampa Bay, it's been constant with John Cooper for over a decade.
We've had 9 coaches change since the start of the year. John Cooper, 11 of the 12 years he's been behind the Tampa Bay bench, they have made the playoffs.
Here's Mikkola, shot, and that deflects away over on the far side. Cirelli, then Gonsalves didn't get it out for the Lightning. Mikkola to Verhaeghe, his shot, that wobbles, it was deflected, didn't get through. Second chance for Verhaeghe, blocked in front by Hedman, golfed out of the zone down to our left. This is going to go all the way down, and it's an icing call. 6:41 to go in the second. 2-1 Tampa Bay in front of the Panthers here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise tonight. Game 4 is presented by our friends at City Furniture. A face-off on the way, down to our right, far circle inside the Lightning zone to the right of Andre Vasilevsky, Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Manny Chang is our on-site engineer. Trevor Harris steering the ship in the right direction. Back in studio control, at least we think he is. Face-off, far circle down to our right. Off the draw, shot from Reinhart, that deflects away here on the near side. Jones around the end boards and behind the net. It's Cirelli. He'll give to Moser. Moser back here for Hedman. Up the near wall for Gord. Bumped by Jones, but the puck did leave the zone, so the Panthers forced to reload. Up the near side, Reinhart finds Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe far side, Mikkola. He stood up by Moser. Mikkola got the better of the collision, but the puck was jarred free, so the Lightning will bolt along. Here's Hedman driving one from center that's paddled away by Bobrovsky. Near corner, Seth Jones. Up the near side for Verhaeghe. Rink wide feed, Reinhart. 12-12 are the shots. Tampa Bay leading 2-1. 2 separated by 11 seconds of game time for Tampa Bay, as the Panthers did lead 1-0 at one point. Here's Ekblad, set up by Marchand. A shot, he was pressured by Gord, couldn't get it away cleanly. Puck rolls to the near corner. Radish here for the Lightning. He was tied up. Braden Point around the end boards. Gonsalves behind the net. Poked away by Marchand. Far side Forsling fakes the shot, fires, and that attempt goes off the body, didn't get through. Loose to the side of the net, then back of the net. Picked up by Luostarinen. Near side it's Ekblad. Has Gord on him. Ekblad fights through it along the goal line. Cuts out front. And he plays one right across the blue paint. Ekblad back on it to Forsling. Across Luostarinen in the right circle. Head to Luostarinen. Up top it's Forsling. Long shot, and it's right into the glove hand of Vasilevsky. Somehow, some way, through a lot going on in front of the Tampa Bay net. Vasilevsky reaching up with the trapper, and he's got it. 5:17 left in the second. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Back with more of Game 4 presented by City Furniture. Straight ahead on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com, and score big on your dental insurance.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Second period of Game 4, Panthers lead the series 2-1. Big ovation for City Furniture, hero among us. U.S. Army World War II veteran Albert Hayworth here this evening, and going to be 101 in July, and honor to have him here in the building tonight. A special hello and a thank you to all the servicemen and women we have tuned in, and always great to honor our City Furniture hero among us. Game 4 presented by our friends at City Furniture, as the Panthers are now looking for one to tie, heading down the stretch in the second.
Yeah, that quick turn of events.
Tampa Bay with goals from Chafee and Chernak.
Hagel just returned to the Tampa Bay bench from the locker room.
Yeah, he left for a moment. Now Glendening up the far side. He powers through a check, got the puck deep. Ekblad bumped him over on the far boards. Puck played around the end wall, and Rodriguez gets it moving now for Sam Bennett. Up the ice through center. Bennett poke checked. Ekblad reels it in, but an offside calls. The Panthers cross in just a hair out of sync there. 4:59 to go in the second period. 2-1. It's the Lightning in front of the Panthers, and a face-off upcoming here. It's the Panthers and the Lightning meeting in the playoffs for the fourth time in 5 years. And we've talked about it quite a bit, Billy, but you felt like coming into this one, the most evenly matched that these two teams have been entering any of the playoff series they played against each other.
Yeah, I full-heartedly agree with that. And it has played out into this series. And again, for the second game in a row, after being in control over in Tampa, the Panthers now playing from behind.
So Marchand and Gensel, an exchange, and the officials have to give them a talking to before the puck drops here. Draw right outside the Lightning line. Panthers in red left to right. Tampa Bay in white right to left across your radio dials here in this second period of action. Puck played back inside the Panthers zone, and Seth Jones back to handle this one. Jones for Marchand. Marchand tried to pass, went off Gensel, and now Anton Lundell. He'll have control, plays it down to our right. A pass that missed the mark, icing call. 4:43 left in the second, 2-1 Tampa Bay. We welcome you aboard, whether you're tuned in Miami-Dade and Broward counties on our flagship tonight, AM 790 WAXY. If you're tuned in the Palm Beaches on Real Radio 92.1, the Treasure Coast on Real Radio 101.7, the Florida Keys on 100.3 Thunder Country, the Panthers app, Sirius XM NHL Network Radio Channel 91. If you're tuned in there, we welcome you aboard across North America.
And we talked about Kucherov and his engine and his motor and his compete level. That Chernak goal doesn't happen. It's high in the air. It's flipped. And Kucherov was able to pressure the Panthers defenseman to create that turnover.
Zemgus Girgensson, far corner, leaving it for Chafee. To the point, Radish, a drive, it's wide. Here on the near boards, Girgensson. He'll wind it around, far side. It hopped over the stick of Radish and goes all the way down to our right. Into the Tampa Bay end, Victor Hedman, first one back for. Panthers get fresh legs on the ice here as Hedman walks it along. Pass to the right, it's Radish up the ice for Chafee. Chafee along the wing for the Lightning. Schmidt there against him. 2-on-2 scrum on the end boards, and Nate Schmidt comes away with control of the puck. Schmidt, long feed, cross ice. A.J. Greer into the offensive end. Feathers one out front for Sturm, and that one just jumped over a stick. He had a man on him. That was Lilleberg. In the far corner then, Greer and Gensel battle. Gensel taken down by Greer from the seat of his pants. He's able to keep the puck down low. A.J. Greer playing in his first career Stanley Cup playoff game. Perbix now, back behind the net, under pressure from a couple of Panthers. Boquist and Greer on the end wall then. It's Braden Point grabbing control. Hands to Girgensson, and he will float one down to our left. It rolls the length of the ice, but no icing here. Didn't get quite far enough for an icing, so Ekblad back to handle this one. 3.5 minutes to go, second period, 2-1 Tampa Bay. Barkov. Left side, Reinhart over the offensive line for the Panthers. He'll play it down around the end wall. Near side, Ekblad into the circle, a shot. That hit Reinhart loose out to the slot. Forsling a drive, and it's blockered away by Vasilevsky. Through traffic, that's a challenging save, and Vasilevsky coming up with the big denial there to keep his team up a goal. Gensel now floats one toward the Panthers' net, and that's cut off out front by Reinhart. Long feed out of the zone. He finds Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe shoved by McDonough. He'll get the puck down and around the end boards, far side. Barkov there, crunched by Chernak. Loose over on the far side, turns into a 2-on-2 scrum. Verhaeghe in there. Couldn't hang on to it long. Cirelli pounds it away. Back behind the Lightning net, Ryan McDonough with some pressure coming from Reinhart. Long backhand feed that was nearly kept in by Bennett. It did clear the zone, didn't arrive on the target. The Panthers work it back in. Here on the near boards, McDonough swatted. At this time, he's just going to whip it all the way down the ice to our left. An icing call against the Tampa Bay Lightning with 2:32 to go here in the second period. Game 4 presented by City Furniture. It's the Lightning up 2-1. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. Any broadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida Panthers and the National Hockey League is expressly prohibited.
The last game it was Kucherov, it was Gensel, it was the Stars on the other side that were able to get it done. Not so much in this game as you get Shafee with a goal and Chernak.
Goals 11 seconds apart here in the second period. Here's Mikkola far point, Tkachuk far half boards, a shot, and that one into traffic is hauled in by a sprawling Vasilevsky, who then gave a little love tap to Evan Rodriguez, and then Chernak and Rodriguez continue a conversation back in the trapezoid down to our right. 3 different players scoring their first of the playoffs here in this second period. First, it was Lundell for the Panthers if you're just joining us, or if you're scoring at home, Lundell at 9:06, followed by Shafee at 12:21 and Chernak at 12:32. Those are the goal scorers here in this game, and all coming here in the second period.
Those battles in front of the net are just crazy to watch. He had Cirelli there and Bennett just kind of tied up and trying to get around each other. And Cirelli fell down, then Bennett fell down on top of the goaltender Vasilevsky, and then gave Cirelli an extra shot on his way down. Maybe my favorite part of this series is just kind of watching what goes on into that blue paint and trying to get to those high danger traffic areas to score goals.
I have another point on that as soon as we get an opportunity here, because we're going to get right to dropping the puck. And talked a lot about the net front battles over the course of the series. Face-off far circle down to our right. Glendening pulling it back for Hedman. Hedman up the near side, and he does not clear it by Sam Bennett. Here on the near boards, then down behind the net. It's regathered by Moser. Moser over on that far side of the ice. He'll look across, finds Shafee. Shafee up the wing for the Lightning. He'll dump it down to our left into the near corner. Loose back behind the net. Shafee and Glendening pressuring for Tampa Bay. Mikkola had the puck held for a moment. It comes for Yanni Gord across. Moser a shot, and that's wide. Off the end boards, it's Shafee to Gord. His one-timer is wide. Side of the net, Mikkola took a hard shot from Glendening, but no call in the play. Panthers bring it out. Here's Jones at center. He'll walk into the offensive end for the Panthers. Drifts off to the far corner. Holds, plays a pass out front, and it's sent wide by Sam Bennett. Rodriguez, sharp angle try. Kicked away by Vasilevsky, and the puck played out of the zone by Yanni Gord.
That's Seth Jones up into the play, trying to make things happen. We've seen a couple of times from Jones joining the rush.
Ekblad running to by Hedman. Puck taken away. Braden Point across the ice. And back the other way go the Lightning down to our left, but a play disrupted. Ekblad on for Marchand, then it's Lundell here on the near side. Along the boards, Luostarinen had it poked away. Back come the Lightning on a quick counterattack. Here's Gensel up the left side. Gensel to the circle. Gensel to the corner. Heads back behind the net. Pass far side. Chernak there. Across Hedman. Straight on the line. Long shot. And it was loose for a moment. Bobrovsky makes the save and eventually is able to hang on to it. 55.9 seconds left in the second. 2-1 is the score. And now some shoving here. Marchand having words with Chernak. Billy, you were talking about the net front battles, and got to ask you, because I can tell looking at box scores, you were a guy that bothered a lot of defensemen and a lot of goaltenders during your career getting to the front of the net. Did you notice those net front battles? Did you notice maybe an extra shove or some extra oomph to those altercations in front during the playoffs compared to
got
regular
up.
season
It wasn't
games?
even close. The amount of wax you took and trying to get there. We just saw that there between Forsling and Point. And
Marchand and Chernak aren't done talking.
And now the first time we're seeing some stuff after the play. But it does. In the playoffs, everything takes extra paramount, and you see players doing everything that they can. But when I was playing even today, it hurts. There's no way around it. If you want to get to the front of the net and you want to score goals, you're going to have some ice bags on your body at the end of the game.
Yeah, there's going to be a price to be paid, no doubt about that. There's Forsling, flings one into the neutral zone, and Verhaeghe looks to drive it into the offensive end. Couldn't do it on the first try. Second try, pass near side. Barkov shot, that's wide. Over on the far boards, off the carom. Forsling pounds it back down low. Rims around, near side. Knifed along by Gensel. Kicked out of the zone by Point. And he will nudge one on. Braden Point heading in offensively for Tampa Bay. Buys some time and space, then his pass jumps away. And the Panthers a chance to take it back the other direction. 25 seconds in the period. Here's Verhaeghe. Left side, Barkov. front of the net. Couldn't get a shot away. Still loose. Top of the goal crease. Vasilevsky bats it away. Verhaeghe on it. Kulikov a drive. Save. Vasilevsky loose in front for a circle. A shot wide from Verhaeghe. And then that'll rim around the boards and it goes down to our left. 2-1 Lightning. 6 seconds left in the second. Kulikov straight on. Barkov some time to get one away. Here's a shot. Kulikov missing wide. And that'll take us to the end of 40 minutes. Here in Sunrise, Game 4, presented by City Furniture, and it's a 2-1 Tampa Bay lead through 40 minutes of play here this evening. And we will have the two teams separated here. As there was
what a wild end to that second period, as the Panthers, Kulikov got a couple of shots off, one there late, and then all of a sudden, it was Barkov put his head down, tried to get to the front of the net, and there was a mass of humanity there. And somehow Vasilevsky was able to spot that puck and poke it away with his goal stick. In this game, you've noticed Vasilevsky's very active with that goal stick, breaking up passes, poke checks. It's always seemed to be involved. And you saw it there when Barkov took it hard, and they were swinging everywhere. Defensemen, forwards, the only player that was able to get it out was Vasilevsky when he eventually poke checked it. Good ending for the Panthers there, but they're down a goal after 2 quick goals in that second period, 11 seconds apart. Chaffee opens up the scoring very next shift. Chernak would come with a goal after the Panthers had that 1-0 lead on that really deft passing play by Serena and Marchand in front of Lundell, and looked good at that point. The Panthers were having some really good time in the offensive zone and got squashed pretty quickly, and the emotion's starting to ramp up again. We'll see what. This is a big third period. Panthers up 2-1 in the series. Going to have to find a way to create some offenses. It's been this series that you expect maybe both these teams get up around 30. Just hasn't happened a lot, and here we are, another low shot. Hard to get goals, scoring affair.
Yep, not an inch to be had out there. Free ice this evening, 2-1. It's Tampa Bay over the Panthers through 40 minutes of play. And coming up in just a moment, after 40, Jameson Olive from FloridaPanthers.com and the Territory Talk podcast. He'll stop by. He'll join Kevin Rogers, and they'll break down the first 2 periods of action. So that's coming up next. We'll have the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard after that. Kevin will get you caught up on everything going on across the rest of the National Hockey League. And then that'll be followed by the world-famous former Twitter segment. If you're new to the program, if you're one of the folks tuned in across North America on SiriusXM, maybe tuned in for the first time, we welcome you aboard. You can always tweet the broadcast at Doug Plagans, at Lindsay B. Hockey. Looking forward to hearing from all of you coming up in the world-famous former Twitter segment. 2-1. It's the Lightning over the Panthers through 40 minutes of action here this evening. 1 big period of regulation time to go. The Panthers do lead the series 2-1. Game 5 is going to be on Wednesday night in Tampa. That's going to be a 7:30 start with a 7 o'clock pregame, and of course we'll have you covered across the Panthers Radio Network for that one. First order of business, though, this one here tonight. And as we enter our second intermission show, we stand by and wait for Kevin Rogers and Jameson Alt to take it away next. 2-1. It's the Lightning in front of the Panthers through 2 periods of action here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine. Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Your fishing gear is loaded, lunch is packed, the boat's gassed up, everything you need for an awesome day on the water. Well, not everything. You should also bring along your boating safety education. So be sure to take a Florida boating safety course. Know before you go. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. You'll have more fun out on the water. You can take a course in a classroom or online. To learn more, visit Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission at myfwc.com.
This is the Florida Panthers' second intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
Second intermission from Amerant Bank Arena. It's time for After 40s. The Panthers trail the Lightning 2-1. Kevin Rogers and Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com with you. Panthers lead the series 2-1. Game 4 tonight. But Tampa Bay with 2 goals in an 11-second span to take the 1-goal lead as we bring on Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. And Jameson, it's now a second straight game that the Panthers get the first goal, but then Tampa Bay bounces back and eventually takes the lead.
Yeah, a really tough 2 periods here for the Panthers just because of the score more than the play. You look at the underlying numbers, they're all really heavily in the Panthers' favor at 5-on-5. It took so long to earn that first goal for Anton Lundell. They really had to work for it. They really had to fight for it. This game was so tight. And then for them to lose that in the span of 11 seconds is just a gut punch. So for the Cats, you got to find a way here to be the better team again here for the final 20 minutes, then just hope to get rewarded. But it feels like one of those games where the Panthers just had to be so perfect to score, and then the Lightning just get 2 bang-bang like that. So, yeah, a tough way to kind of enter the final 20 minutes here.
No score through 1. First time in the series the Panthers didn't score a goal in the opening period. So we go to the second period, a little more than 9 minutes in. Anton Lundell would get the Panthers on the board.
Lundell, his pass for Jones, too hot to handle, goes down to our right, no icing. Marchand there first. Marchand in the near corner. He's got Littleberg on him, and to help out is Lewis in the front. Marchand, and they scored! It's Anton Lundell set up in front. Marchand to Lundell, and the Panthers strike first with 10:54 to go here in the second.
9:06 into the second period. First goal of the postseason for Anton Lundell, assisted by Etulo Starina and Brad Marchand. And quickly, Jameson on Brad Marchand, his impact on this team. We knew once he got acquired from the Bruins that, not that we didn't care what he did in the regular season, but then the postseason, that he's really here for that. Now 2 assists so far in the series.
Yeah, you see him getting more comfortable and really coming online here in these playoffs, and especially on that line with Attila Starine and Anton Lundell. Paul Maurice talked about it the other day. He's also just teaching those 2 guys a ton. I know they're technically veterans. They're both champions. They've been around a little bit here, but they're still young guys. Lundy's 23. I think Lusty's maybe 24, 25. So they're learning a lot from the savvy veteran out there. And he looks good. He looks good on that line. That line as a whole has been bringing the energy every game so far in this series. And if you ask me, if you're the Panthers, they're getting the depth scoring. But they need some of the other big dogs to step up. You need a goal from Barkov. It'd be nice to get a goal from Verhaeghe, Sam Reinhart. Those guys really got to have big third periods here for the Cats.
So 3.5 minutes, a little more than 3 minutes over or after the Lundell goal. Tampa Bay would even things up at 1 apiece.
Jorgensen's behind the net. Point right side, a shot, and perfect stop by Rusky. The rebound, they score. And that was batted at in front. Looks like it was Chafee who got a piece of it. And this game is tied at 1 with 7:39 to go here in the second.
12:21 to the second period. First goal of the series for Mitchell Chafee, assisted by Emil Lilleberg and Nick Perbix to even things up for the Lightning at 1 apiece. Then before you blink, 11 seconds later, Eric Chernak would give Tampa Bay its first lead of the night.
Here's Gensel to Chernak, a shot. He scores off the bar and in, top shelf, and Eric Chernak has given the Lightning a 2-1 lead.
That goal, the first of the series for Chernak. Jake Gensel with the assist, his third of the series, 12:32 into the second, make it 2-1 Tampa Bay. And Jameson, trying to find the silver lining here. Is it good that we haven't seen any points from Braden Point and Nikita Kucherov, or is it a bad thing when guys like Chafee and Chernak are stepping up and scoring?
I think it's a wash because, like I said, the Panthers also aren't really getting a ton of points or goals from their big guns right now. I know, entering this game, Sam Bennett, Matthew Tkachuk both had a couple points, but overall, they're not getting the scoring explosion they expected from a couple guys here so far. But neither team's really doing that. Yes, we had 2 blowouts from each side, but both games kind of got out of hand and the goals started to pile up. So more than anything, I think the overall theme of this series through almost 4 games here has just been tight. There hasn't been a lot of shots either way. Goals have been hard to come by. Both goaltenders are making some big saves. So we'll see what happens, but I think eventually this series will be won by those big guys, even though it's the bottom 6 guys that seem to be getting the points right now.
Quickly, your thoughts on Andrei Vasilevsky, that last year the Panthers were able to get over on him in the first round, and the first game of the series seemed the same way. But the last 2+ games, 2.5 games, Vasilevsky has played very well.
Yeah, as we've seen, if he sees the puck, he's going to stop it. He's a future Hall of Fame goaltender, and the Lightning are doing a great job in front of him. They're blocking a ton of shots. They're clogging up those lanes. So the Panthers need to do more of what they did in Game 1, which is a lot of tips, a lot of second chances, a lot of third chances. We saw a bit of it there at the end of the second period on that flurry of scoring chances. They had a lot of guys just in and around the paint, making Vasilevsky uncomfortable. They fired a couple shots on net. None didn't go, but that's the kind of style they have to play here in this third period if they want to beat him. Because like I said, if you fire a shot on him, he's going to stop at most days. You got to be creative.
14 saves on 15 shots inside the Lightning net for Andrei Vasilevsky. Sergei Bobrovsky, 10 saves on 12 shots for the Panthers. Jameson Olive, FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you Wednesday back in Tampa for Game 5.
Sounds good. Thanks, K-Reg.
There's Jameson Olive, FloridaPanthers.com. Panthers trail the Lightning 2-1 through 40 minutes of play at Amerant Bank Arena. Game 4 of this best-of-7 series. Panthers up 2-1 in this series, and the Panthers look for the equalizer in the third. Coming up, we'll have the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard, also world-famous former Twitter segment. Get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He'll read them before the third period. Lightning 2, the Panthers 1-2 right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
There's a problem if you drink and drive a boat. It never just affects you. Boating under the influence is illegal and dangerous. Save lives by staying sober. Learn more about Florida's boating laws at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the FWC Division of Law Enforcement.
Arena, Kevin Rogers with you. Lightning with 2 goals in 11-second span in the second period. Quick look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. Stars and Avalanche coming up at 9:30 from Dallas. That series tied up at 2 games apiece. And the Heat, they are in trouble. They're trailing the Cavaliers 76-38. With 10.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. If the Heat lose tonight, their season is over. Coming up next, or before we get to next, let's first pause for station identification right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist.
The biggest names in the game.
Kudrov, score! The Lightning win it!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. C-Station, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Now time for next. Next, we will have the World-famous former Twitter segment. As you get your tweets and X's in for Doug, he'll read them before the third period. Lightning 2, the Panthers 1 after 2 right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Florida Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean. Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team. Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero.
We welcome you back inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise. It's the Panthers trailing the Lightning 2-1 here in Game 4. Third period coming up means it's time for the world-famous former Twitter segment. You can always tweet the broadcast at Doug Plagans, at Lindsay B. Hockey. Roy in Scotland chimes in. Josh in Pembroke Pines is tuned in tonight. Jeff listening this evening. Dr. Greg has us tuned in on Sirius XM. Sean the Hawk listening inside the arena tonight. Rob in Massachusetts has us synced up to the ESPN broadcast. Pause your TV at a whistle. Press play on your TV when you hear that same whistle on the radio, the app online, and you'll have us all synced up. We've got Scott the Cop/Marine tuned in from the Georgia mountains tonight. Special hello and a thank you to all the police, fire, medical personnel, military we have tuned in. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for making Panthers hockey a part of your evening. Michael is listening tonight. Judy in Australia, Nisi in Tennessee, Noah, Providence, Rhode Island. We've got Seamars tuned in Ohio, Andrew in North Carolina, Carl, Northwest Indiana, Gus in Greece across the pond is with us. Good to have you back on board. Ryan, Thief River Falls, Minnesota. Stevie Joe, Wendy, his dogs, Chicken Wing, and Hank in Ormond Beach tuned in tonight. Gil in Houston. Third period next. Tampa Bay 2 and the Panthers 1 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amerant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on the action. Secure your group spot today. Visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK to learn more.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
20 minutes.
Hey sports fans, it's TSI Mike, and we're uniting fans worldwide with the NHL and NBA playoff action while supporting SickKids Hospital right here in Toronto. Click the live viewers link at torontosportsinsider.com and see where everyone is watching from.
Where in the world are you watching from? Now's the time to show for you to let us know where you're watching from in that chat or by visiting our new live viewers website. Holy Mackinac! As we are passing 100,000 insiders on Toronto Sports Insider, the playoff pulse is a global force. Visit TorontoSportsInsider.com.
19:41 left in the third, 2-1. It's the Lightning in front.
And it will be that extra shot by Mikkola that's going to draw the ire of our officials. Whoa. Now it's gone up to a 5-minute major.
Yeah, they're going to take a look at it. And Billy, he knocked Girgensons down, and then he went in for another shot at him.
So, yeah, we're getting a look at our replay. Knocked him down to the ice, and then just went and crunched him against the wall. That's the initial hit.
Let me ask you this, Billy, because you do have the ability to make it a 5-minute major. And when you make it a 5, you can go back and review it. Now, I got to ask you, Billy, because the way that the series has gone and because we've had some hits that have kind of gone under the microscope, do you think there is more of a willingness to take this route, assess a 5, and take another look at it?
But I'm not sure this is a 5.
Here's the call.
So it's out of the game. The Panthers are down to 5 defensemen. Mikkola's gone, and Girgensson was on his knees when he went to hit, and he got mostly the back of him, but it rode up, and the hit of the force caused Girgensson's head to bounce off the boards, going up high towards that head contact, and I believe partly a lot of that has to do with the play on Ekblad, with the hit on Hagel and nothing being called.
There was no call on that.
Yes, and now they move forward with it, and they see something.
And speaking of, we haven't seen Hagel since.
No, Hagel is not. He returned briefly to the Tampa Bay bench, but went straight back into the tunnel. And both teams down a man now as Mikkola will be gone, and the Panthers forced to play 5 defensemen the rest of the way.
Face off to the right of Bobrovsky down to our right, inside the Panthers zone, and A.J. Greer's going to head over to serve the penalty here. So 5-minute major against Niko Mikkola. This is a difficult spot for the Panthers now, but the sequence will begin with Ekblad sending one out of the zone and down to our left. So it's the Panthers who've been so good on the penalty kill in the series, and especially tonight coming in 2 for 2 to this sequence, but my goodness, is it going to be put to the test now? A 5-minute major against Niko Mikkola, and the Panthers down a man for that period of time. Here's Kucherov to wind it around. Near side Cirelli. Hedman down to the corner and then back behind the net. Braden Point is there. Point, Kucherov, Hedman left point. Victor Hedman across Cirelli. Cirelli back across Hedman. Tapped along the far boards. Ekblad keeps it to the outside, gives to Nico Sturm, and he's going to dart up that far side of the ice. Nico Sturm guides it down to our left. Back behind the Lightning net, Vasilevsky will leave it there for Victor Hedman.
Barkov and Reinhart will kill some penalties now with this down if you get any chance maybe to go shorthanded.
Now Braden Point near side. He was looking for Gensel. That was disrupted, and the puck cleared by Kulikov all the way down.
They have killed penalties, Barkov and Reinhart, but just for mostly at the back or a few seconds at the start. They've not been out there in the main rotation all the time. I would expect them to be out there regularly.
Nick Paul dumps one in for the Lightning. Far circle then. It's Paul after it. Finds it off a couple of bounces. Radish out to the high slot. Gonsalves fans on a pass, and Lundell will clear. So nothing doing for the first 90 seconds of the power play for the Tampa Bay Lightning here. 18-10 left in the third period. 2-1. Tampa Bay in front here in Game 4. And as the puck's carried on by Radish, he'll chip it down to the far corner. All the goal scoring in this one coming back in period number 2. JP here in the near corner for the Lightning. He opened the scoring for Tampa Bay. Tied the game at 1 when he put the puck in the net. Now out to the far point. Gonsalves again lost it to Lundell. It's fluttered down to our left. Vasilevsky swings it to the far corner. Gonsalves back behind the net for Yanni Gourde. And Yanni Gourde holds it there. 17:40 left in the third. 2-1 Tampa Bay, and the Panthers are through the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, the chance there short-handed. Marchand was alone if that pass was able to connect.
Braden Point leaves it for Kucherov. Up the near side, Kucherov to the corner. Looks along the near boards, has Cirelli. Kucherov looking up top for Hedman. Then the pass deflected off Lou Osterinen right to Nico Sturm. And he will guide one down to our left in on Vasilevsky. He'll tap it ahead for Victor Hedman. The Lightning bring it out in a hurry. Here's Hedman up to the Panthers line. Backhand feed Cirelli to Gensel. Gensel across the ice. Kucherov has it hop away, recovers, flings it rink wide on a bounce to Gensel. Out to the line, handled by Victor Hedman. Near side, Gensel along the boards. Back up top for Hedman to Gensel. Across far point, Kucherov. Hedman, one-timer wide off the end boards. A lively hop. Reinhart keeps it out of harm's way. Has it back behind the Panthers net into the far corner where he's pressured by Cirelli. And then Gensel in there to help out for the Lightning. Tries to kick one over to the far corner. Seth Jones has that puck held up on the boards now. Braden Point fishes it free. Out to the far point. Kucherov, Hedman, one-timer, and that one just wide. Bobrovsky may have gotten the toe of the skate on it. Meanwhile, the puck cleared all the way down to our left, so the Panthers eat up some more time down to 1:45 in the Tampa Bay power play as Vasilevsky leaves it for Radish back behind the net.
No cute plays this time down low. They just got back to Hedman a couple of times, and he tickled the rafters and let a couple of bombs go.
JP far side, Gonsalves in front, Nick Paul. Poked out to Kucherov into the far circle. Gonsalves front of the net, looking for Chafee, didn't connect. Now to the end boards, it's Kucherov staying out with the second unit. Gonsalves far side of the line, it's Radish. Into the near circle, Nick Paul. Up top for Radish again. Left side, Gonsalves to Radish straight on. Kucherov right circle, tried to fling one out front, couldn't get it through. Radish on a bounce has it to Gonsalves along the far boards. To the corner, Nick Paul left side. Winds it around, here's Kucherov. Kucherov out to the blue line, and this one's played by Radish off the near wall to Nick Paul in the corner. Forsling against him. Paul protects it, takes it around, far side, rims it back around Kucherov to an open man at the line. That's Radish, who fumbles it, recovers, gives to Kucherov, bank back out to Radish. Radish to Kucherov, down to the corner, Paul, bottom of the circle. It's Nick Paul to Kucherov at the half wall. Kucherov, right circle, threads it to Radish, has some room, lets it rip. It's blocked by Anton Lundell, and that'll deflect into the neutral zone. A big shot block there for Anton Lundell. 32 seconds left in the penalty kill. Marchand to take away at center, and he'll fling it cross ice into the Lightning zone to eat up time. 25 seconds in the Lightning power play now. 15:03 to go in the third. Fans getting behind the Panthers penalty killers here. Kulikov on the near side, a long shot glove down by Vasilevsky. He'll leave it back behind the Lightning net for Victor Hedman. 12 seconds on the Lightning power play. Braden Point, one last gasp for the Tampa Bay power play.
Penalty coming up now. We got a high stick against Lou Osterinen.
Yeah, Lou Osterinen.
What a wonderful job by the penalty killers to get through that.
Lou Osterinen went down right around the blue line. He was clipped with a stick, and there's going to be a penalty upcoming here against the Lightning with 14:48 to go in the third period of action. 2-1. It's the Lightning in front. Braden Point goes off. Dave DiNapoli, the Panthers trainer, on to have a look. Here's the call.
Just 2 minutes, not 4. Ends up against Lou Osterinen. But the penalty killing work, just gutting it out. How about that block shot, that valiant block shot there? This was Braden Point coming back, just losing control of his stick, not knowing Lou Osterinen is behind him, and just whacked him right in the face. That was the call. But that block shot by Lundell, getting sticks in lanes and keeping the outside. The only thing available for Tampa on that power play was those outside shots from the defensemen. They did let it go a couple of times and missed the target. Again, that Panthers penalty kill, and all of a sudden the crowd came alive. Got a little bit of energy, a little bit of juice off that penalty kill. Now you're 7 seconds. You've got a power play of your own to go to work.
Panthers power play presented by Publix. Their third trip to the power play. They get through that major penalty against Niko Mikkola. Face off, far circle down to our left and off the draw. I should say actually seconds away from the power play beginning. Now the Panthers are on to a power play presented by Publix. Tampa Bay does get a clear to start the sequence. So a 5-on-4 here as it's Seth Jones walking it along. A Publix power play. Jones hands it back. Reinhart. Now to Barkov. Right side, Tkachuk. Along the boards, backhand feed Verhaeghe to the near circle. Carter Verhaeghe, he was pressured a bit. And as Girgensons put on the pressure, Chernak was there to clear, and the puck sent the length. Seth Jones behind the net. 14-12 to go, third period. 2-1, Tampa Bay. Here's Jones. Gives to Barkov. Zooms through center, right to left across your radio. Pass far side, it's Matthew Tkachuk. Into the far circle, Reinhart to Barkov. It's in his skates. McDonough kept it to the outside, recovered by Tkachuk. Around the boards to the near side, Verhaeghe with Gensel on him. Verhaeghe had the puck come free, and now it's held up on the end wall by Chernak. Tkachuk trying to jar that one loose. It's picked up by McDonough. Off the boards, out of the zone. Tampa Bay gets a clear with 55 seconds to go in this Panthers power play from Publix.
When it goes to Verhaeghe's side, they need more help. There's not a lot of players. You got the power play. You have to outnumber the other team, and Verhaeghe has that puck, and he's going 1 against 2.
Now up the far side, Ekblad lobs one down off the end boards. Moser for the Lightning to Girgensons up the near side. Didn't clear. Schmidt there to hold it in. Over to Ekblad. Right side, it's Marchand down low. Right corner, Bennett along the far boards. Then pass up top. Schmidt, long shot. Tipped wide loose off the end boards. Vasilevsky boots it away. And then over on the far boards, handled there by Marchand to Bennett. Sharp angle in front. Marchand couldn't settle it. Here on the near side, it's Ekblad there to recover. Now Schmidt. Right side, Bennett in front. Rodriguez shot blocked. Ekblad, and he scores here at Ekblad. A power play goal, and this game is tied at 2.
What worked by the second unit. And Aaron Ekblad able to polish it off. They feed it in the slot to Rodriguez, and it gets blocked, but it comes right on the stick of a waiting Ekblad. And Ekblad over the years, this is what he's been really good at. This creeping down from that left point position, being a right-handed shot, and looking for scraps on the back door. We've seen this throughout the course of his career. This time it's the shot that's blocked. Oh, geez, here we go.
Oh, and the offside calls. Billy, we talk about it time and time again. The offside calls worry me, or the offside challenges, I should say, worry me a bit more than the goalie interference ones. Goalie interference can be up for interpretation. Usually yes. The offside challenge comes because a video coach saw pretty good evidence that the play was offside.
They're on top of it back there looking at the zone entries. And this one, they had the zone for probably 20, 30 seconds, no? After, so you got to rewind the tape a little bit on this one.
It shows you how much attention to detail and how differently the video coaches have to watch the game. Here's the call.
Yeah, and it was Bennett on the far side that got in a little bit early. 10 seconds remaining on the power play. That one stings. Looked like Ekblad had a goal. And
well, there's going to be some power play time put back on.
They'll leave the 10 seconds. I believe there was 10 seconds when he scored, so they'll leave that 10 seconds up there. Actually, could have been a couple of Panthers offside on that play. Looked like Marchand on the far side also might have been off, but Bennett in the middle was trying to drag that right skate behind him and got in a little bit early before the puck entered the zone. The video review guys, they're on top of it. You talked about it.
You nailed it there, Billy. 31 seconds prior to that puck going in was when the offside
So there it is,
happened.
yeah.
Yep.
30 seconds.
31 seconds before the puck went in the net, before Ekblad put the puck in the net, thought that he had tied the game at 2. That was when the offside took place. Here's Seth Jones walks it along. 28 seconds on this Publix power play for the Panthers, who cruise in. Reinhart plays it to the far corner. Chernak after it. Bumped there by Barkov. Now behind the net, here's Verhaeghe with it for the Panthers. Winds it around, far shot out at the point. Tkachuk bobbled it. It's pulled away. And now Cirelli up the left side. A 2-on-1 for the Lightning. Cirelli. Jones does a great job defending. Broke up the pass. It's loose now. Bouncing puck scooped up by Gensel. And he'll hand it all the way back to the neutral zone. Tampa Bay eats up the rest of the penalty kill situation for them. Now a pass straight on. Here's Gensel. Threads it in front. Cirelli, a shot. It's wide. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here. 12:41 to go in the third. Ekblad up the right side. A takeaway. Took it from point, gives to Lundell. Now the right circle, Lundell, a shot, a save made by Vasilevsky. He'll hold it. 12:33 to go, third period. 2-1. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning in front here in Game 4. They are trying to even the series. Well, 12:33 left here in the third, and the Panthers are looking for one to tie. We'll step aside and bring it back in a moment. This is Game 4 coverage, and Game 4 presented by City Furniture. It's the Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
12:33 to go, third period, 2-1. It's the Lightning in front of the Panthers here. Chart-topping country artist Nico Moon brings These Are the Nights tour to the War Memorial Auditorium May 17th. Get your Nico Moon tickets now. SeatGeek, FTLWarMemorial.com. Nico Mikkola, Nico Stern, Nico Moon. Got it all. Puck played out of the zone by Chafee up the far side. It's going to be carried in by Chernak, pushed to the Panthers net and smothered by Bobrovsky. 12:26 to go in the third, 2-1 Tampa Bay. And in case you're just joining us, some of the subplots from the game tonight here. All the scoring coming back in the second. Panthers thought they tied it a moment ago, but that one was called back due to a offsides challenge from the Tampa Bay Lightning. And beyond all that, Brandon Hagel took a hard shot from Aaron Ekblad back in the second period. We haven't seen him back in game action since. Nico Mikkola here in the third period threw a hard shot on Zemgus Girgensons that got Mikkola kicked out of the game. The penalty killing units have, on both sides, been outstanding. Tkachuk will play one out of the zone. Braden Point back in for the Lightning from center. Right side threads to Gensel. A shot save. Bobrovsky puck to the far circle. McDonough drive. The rebound after the Bobrovsky save. Gensel digging away. And Bobrovsky somehow, some way outstretched. Able to keep that one away from the Panthers net. Had it covered. The whistle blows. And a scrum takes place afterward over to the far corner. 12:08 left in the third. 2-1 Lightning. Game 4 presented by City Furniture.
Kachuk with the arm pass. He regurgitates the puck right on the Lightning stick, and they come back. We've seen that in the first period, and get a quick shot, Braden Point, and then Gensel trying to stuff it in from behind the net. And Bobrovsky, his best sequence of the game, able to stop all that flurry and all those shots. Got to be careful with those passes. Kachuk tried to feed it through the middle, and it came blitzing back the other way.
Draw coming to the right of Bobrovsky down to our right inside the Panthers' end. Alongside Billy Lindsay, Doug Plagans here. Kevin Rogers back in our network studios. 12:08 to go in the third. 2-1. It's the Lightning in front. Face-off win for Tampa Bay. McDonough has it. Wrist shot right into the glove hand of Sergei Bobrovsky. So another face-off upcoming inside the Panthers' end.
It's 2-1. You still don't have to try and do too much with the puck. I know Tkachuk, you always want to make plays and get it out, but still make the safe play, get it out. There's plenty of time left in this game to recalibrate. But you can ill afford to give one up on a sloppy kind of play in your own end. So stick to your basics.
Face-off to Bobrovsky's right. It'll be Barkov and Paul on for the face-off here. They tie up. Barkov kicked it back to Jones. Quickly on for Verhaeghe. The Panthers bring it out. Across center and in over the Lightning line. Verhaeghe, he'll play it down and around. All the way out to the far point. Barkov to Jones into the far circle. Verhaeghe looks for somewhere to put this one. Backhand to forehand. A backhand flip out front. That's off a skate, and the Lightning get a clear from Chafee. Down to our right, it's Nate Schmidt. Straight on Barkov, back for Schmidt. 11:40 left here in the third. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Schmidt dumped over by Chafee hard here along the near boards. McDonough clear. In go the Lightning. Chafee looking across for Kucherov. Pass didn't connect. Ekblad broke that up at the line. Then Verhaeghe hands it back for Nate Schmidt. Schmidt near side Verhaeghe. Up the boards for Reinhart, and it was knocked away. Reinhart recovers and hands it back for the Panthers defense. They'll reload as Ekblad takes it all the way back into his own end. 11:14 to go in the third. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Ekblad carries it straight on, drifts to the far side, takes a look around his own end, backhand straight on, finds Rodriguez, who swoops back inside his own blue line. Panthers right to left, Tampa Bay left to right. Here in this third period, Vasilevsky back behind the Lightning net. He'll leave it there for Lilleberg. Banks it up the far side. After it is Kucherov. Little out of his reach. All the way down to our right. An icing call against the Lightning. 10:53 to go third period. 2-1. Tampa Bay in front. Tkachuk and Lilleberg. Little shoving out in the neutral zone. SeatGeek road ahead. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Game 5 is going to be Wednesday night at 7:30 in Tampa. We're on the air with Panthers preview at 7 o'clock. Puck drop shortly after 7:30 coming up on Wednesday night for Game 5 of this first round series.
And we've seen some face-off goals in this series and throughout the playoffs. And you get that ill-advised icing there. They had a chance and airmailed it. Lundell out to take the draw.
Lundell pulls this one to the near boards, but it's pounced on by Chernak, who airmails one out of the zone. Down to our right. Whacked back the other way by Ekblad. Good transition. Luos Serena into the offensive end. Lundell right side. Lundell lets it whip, and it's off a Lightning stick up and out of play. And after the sequence, Chernak, did he get the stick up high on Lundell after the puck went out of play? If he did, it's a selfish play from Chernak.
Yeah, nothing being called.
Yeah, nothing being called. That is correct. 10:40 left in the third period. 2-1. It's the Lightning in front.
Lundell grabbed his stick of Chernak, and once he grabbed his stick, he sort of forced it into his own face. He was trying to get the stick out of the way.
Let's see what he did there.
Yeah,
crafty maneuver.
Yeah, and then once the veteran knew that he had his stick and was lifting it up, he just helped the cause on the way up.
Face off far circle down to our left. Reinhart a clean win back. Jones at the line. Backhand to forehand. Wrist shot gloved by Vasilevsky, and he'll hold it. 10:35 left in the third. 2-1. It's the Lightning in front. Shots are 17-16. Make that 17-17. It's going to say in favor of the Lightning, but now the shots are tied.
Jones gets that through. He can't be looking to score from distance with the wrist shot. That puck has to be low towards the pads. You got players in front, and it's easy pickets for Vasilevsky with the glove. But if you got it back there on the point and you got a wrist shot from that far out, and Jones knew it right away. Put his stick on top of his head, realizing I got to get that puck down low where my players got a chance, one, to deflect it or maybe get to a rebound.
Face off here in the near circle down to our left, and the Lightning control the draw. Chernak again for the Lightning. Banks it up the far side. Kicked along by Glendening. And then back inside the Panthers in Rodriguez. Near side Kulikov. Kulikov up the boards. Down to our left. McDonough is there. He'll leave it here in the near corner. Chernak run into. Back behind the net finds McDonough. And he's got some open ice. Long feed. Girgenson's tapped off near side. Sorelli after it. Plays it to the end boards inside the Panthers end. Gord tied up. Sorelli after it. And he'll wind it around near side of the ice. Moser pinching and over. Skates it. Puck goes into the neutral zone. And for Tampa Bay, Hedman there to play it. Flops one along over the Panthers blue line. It's taken back by Kulikov. Given across to Jones. Inside 10 minutes to play in regulation time. Still 2-1 Lightning. And all the goal scoring in this game came back in period number 2. The Panthers had the first one. The Lightning had the last 2. Those were 11 seconds apart back in the second period. And again, that's all the scoring so far here. In the Lightning in, just inside the blue line. It's Chaffee to nudge it away from Barkov. Then Forsling rips it right back in from the center red line. Back behind the net, Hedman. A pass straight on finds Chaffee. Chaffee leads it way too far for Gonsalves. That's going to be an icing call against the Lightning with 9:26 to go here in period number 3. 2-1 Tampa Bay in front.
Bad play by Chaffee there. He thought Gonsalves was able to win a foot race, banked it off the end boards, but he wasn't going to get there. Chaffee only needed to take a couple of extra strides to get to the red line and dump that in.
Face off near circle down to our left. And Anton Lundell tied up by Paul off the face-off. Hedman back behind the net for Tampa Bay. He'll grab control. Victor Hedman bounces one up the far side that goes all the way down to our right into the Panthers zone, and Gus Forsling walks this one ahead. Pass across for Nate Schmidt. Schmidt to center. Driven in down to our left. Rims around the end boards. Chaffee now in the near corner. And in the corner, it's picked up then by Braden Point, given on for Kucherov and cleared out to center. Schmidt back in for the Panthers. Lobs one deep into Lightning territory. 8:55 to go here in the third. Lilleberg dumped over. Braden Point to help out. Gives to the far boards. Gensel takes a shove there from Ekblad. Gensel around. Perbix through the near circle. Left to right across your radio dial. He carries it out to center. Takes a hard lick from Kulikov. Oh, he got all the purpose there. Puck play down to our right, though, as the Lightning defenseman absorbed the check. Over on that far side of the ice, a battle for a loose puck along the boards. Braden Point trying to power it down low. It's knocked free. Kulikov has it. Kulikov for Rodriguez. Dangles up the near side. Skates out to the neutral zone for the Panthers. Poke checked at center. Back in come the Lightning. Panthers completing a change. Here's Gensel up the right side. Forsling pressuring. Gensel plays it around, and Kucherov up the far side to Hedman along the boards. A shot into traffic. Stick save Bobrovsky. Far corner. Bennett looks to clear, and Rodriguez will get it out. And Moser backpedaling into the Lightning end. Will have control with 8 minutes to play in the third. 2-1 Tampa Bay here in Game 4. Panthers lead the series 2-1. Down to our right, Seth Jones. He's pressured. Puck stolen away. Cirelli's out of the net. Gord whacks it right through the blue paint. Off to the far corner there. McDonough couldn't hold it down low. Girgenson's a drive and a save made with a glove by an outstretched Sergei Bobrovsky. And with that, 7:44 will remain here in the third period. 2-1 Lightning. Back with more third period action straight ahead in just a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always...
Hey, sports fans! Thank you so much for hanging out with us here on Toronto Sports Insider during the playoff pulse. Our mission is simple: bringing sports fans together to hang out, cheer, and change the world one insider at a time, while supporting SickKids Hospital in Toronto every single game.
Cheers, insiders and sports fans from around the world. The Playoff Pulse campaign on Toronto Sports Insider is uniting fans worldwide through the thrill of NHL and NBA playoffs. Every game, every fan, every moment counts. The link is pinned in the chat and in the description. Check out our campaign page. Donate if you can, or share it with friends. Holy Mackinac! Every click helps sick kids heal the future. Just by being here, you have already made an impact. Now, chat it up, keep it classy, and let's keep changing the world one insider at a time.
$7:44 to go, period number 3 here in Sunrise. Game 4 presented by City Furniture. The Panthers lead the series 2-1, but the Lightning lead tonight's game 2-1. Tampa Bay out shooting the Panthers now 19-16. Face off to the right of Sergei Bobrovsky, down to our right inside the Panthers zone, and it looks like taking the defensive end face off here is going to be Sam Reinhart, and he'll lean in against Jake Gensel. So Reinhart taking the face-off, far circle down to our right. And off the face-off, Forsling hands it back to Ekblad. Now the Panthers have scored first in all 4 games of this series. Barkov in offensively. He'll work in a shot. It's knocked away by the glove hand of Vasilevsky. Couldn't reel it in with the trapper, but batted it away. Braden Point, far side. It's carried on by Gensel. Floats it in the direction of Point. Batted away by Ekblad. Gensel back on it, and he'll whip it down to the near corner inside the Panthers zone. After it is Forsling. Forsling pass straight on, has Barkov. Left side for Hagee. Looks across the ice. Pass broken up, and it's cleared by Gensel. Out through the neutral zone, down to our right. Forsling is there. 7:05 to go, third period, 2-1. It's the Lightning in front of the Panthers here. Nate Schmidt, long feed straight ahead. Kachuk settles it, gives to Bennett. Near circle, try to toe drag move around Hedman. Couldn't get around the big defenseman. And the puck still battled for as now Gonsalves will have control for Tampa Bay. On for Paul, missed him. Now a race for it down to our right. Paul to the near boards, has it. Backhand to the end wall, and around the end boards it goes. Far side Jones, a swipe at it. Couldn't clear on the first try. Second try, gets it across for Nate Schmidt. Into the neutral zone, it's Rodriguez. Pass across. Bennett gives to Tkachuk. Top of the right circle to the net. It's just wide. He was looking for a deflection from Bennett. Here on the near side, it's going to be pushed on by Moser to Hedman and sent down to our right shallow part. The Panthers in. No icing here. 6:20 left, third period. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Schmidt to Forsling back inside Panthers territory.
Jones is jumping up every time. It almost got caught there, but he is really, every time the Panthers go, he is looking to join the rush.
Jurgensen gets it deep onto the end boards. It's Gord. And then the puck whipped around by Cirelli. Near side, Perbix to the corner. Down low for Tampa Bay. It's Gord tied up by Forsling. 2-on-2 scrum. Puck squirts back behind the Panthers net. Kulikov off the short glass. Marchand into the neutral zone. Back in across too far for Lundell. Lundell, though, caught up to it. Backs it down to our left inside the Lightning end. Here on the near side, picked up by Perbix, and he'll carry it ahead. Springs one on for Gord. Pass to center, and it's dumped in by Cirelli for the Lightning. Down to our right along the end boards, Ekblad. Here on the near side, Schmidt. And Kucherov picked his pocket. Kucherov for Gensel. Floats it across. Braden Point fresh off the bench. Far circle looks up top. Long drive, McDonough. Stick save made by Bobrovsky. Puck to the far corner. And out come the Panthers. It's Barkov to Reinhart. Reinhart across center, and he will play it in. You talk about how elusive Kucherov can be. That time, it was forcing a turnover. Now a loose puck back behind the Lightning net. It rolls to the side of the goal, and it's pounced on by Vasilevsky. 5:05 left here in the third period. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Panthers looking for one to tie when we get back. 5:05 left in regulation. 2-1 Lightning on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
.505 to go, third period here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Game 4 presented by City Furniture. It's a 2-1 lead for the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Panthers, they'd love to take a 3-1 series lead to Tampa for Game 5 coming up on Wednesday. The Lightning, on the other hand, they're hoping to get a new lease on life here. If they can reduce this to a best of 3, going back to Tampa for, as I said, Game 5 at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday night. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Back inside the Lightning end, down to our left. It's pulled back by Cirelli. Up the far side, Lightning don't clear. Long shot, Jones pinballing in front. Bennett turns on it, stick save by Vasilevsky. Now Bennett, around right wing corner, Tkachuk. Back out front, and this one goes off to the near boards all the way across the ice. Here on the near side, chipped out by Cirelli. Down to our right it goes, and Jones back after it. Jones for Tkachuk. Tkachuk hands it to Rodriguez. Into the neutral zone, had his pocket picked there by Girgensons, who immediately plays one down to our left. Back in the Panthers end, far corner, it's Schmidt to Barkov. Barkov a pass straight on. Tipped down to our left by Reinhart. Vasilevsky gives to Hedman. Hedman up the far side, clears. This one goes all the way down. Going to be an icing call against the Tampa Bay Lightning with 4:19 to play here in the third period. 2-1 Tampa Bay in front. And Billy, I was just mentioning to you off the air, but credit where it's due. Watching him game over game, Jake Gensel's more than just a goal scorer. He does a little bit of everything for this Tampa Bay
That's why
team.
they brought him in. For Stamkos, he can drive play offensively with the puck on his stick. No discredit to Stamkos, but that wasn't really in his game anymore, and needed people to set him up. And you can see the drive, the force, responsible defensively, and a big addition in the offseason for Julian Breezeball and the Lightning.
Yeah, he's been really tough to contain offensively in this series, but he's made some back-checking plays that have caught my attention too. Long shot, Barkov through traffic wide. Off the end boards, Reinhart to the front of the net, and then it's pushed away out the line by Moser, kept in by Ekblad. Near side Reinhart, then Forsling. A one-timer, couldn't get what he wanted on that. Puck goes down to the end boards. Verhaeghe drags it to the side of the goal. Couldn't get a shot away. Gensel looks to clear. Held in by Ekblad at the far point. Ekblad hands there to Reinhart. Reinhart just inside the line. Long shot, save made, rebound, they score! And it's Aaron Ekblad crashing the net. And the Panthers have tied this game at 2 with 3:47 to play in the third. Aaron Ekblad picks up the rebound, and this game is tied.
One off the board, but not twice. And they got it up high at the point position, and it was Reinhart that was just hanging on to it, and this is all on Kucherov. Kucherov is the winger responsible for Ekblad. And Kucherov was just there looking at the point. Reinhart had it, was trying to look at all his options, and finally he said, well, the heck with it. There's no passing play, no nothing. And Ekblad just darted right by Kucherov, and then the rebound right on the stick of Ekblad. Coming down, just like he did on the power play goal, which got taken off the board for offside. This time, this one is going to count and stay. And some late game heroics by Ekblad, and a smart little play there by Reinhart. There, when I talk about Seth Jones shooting the puck low, looking for rebounds, there wasn't nothing there for Reinhart. He just let a shot go low, bounced right off the pad. Kucherov fell asleep, and Ekblad got in behind everyone.
Long shot from the far point. They score! They score! This one took a bounce out front, and the Panthers have taken a 3-2 lead with 3:36 to play. Seth Jones put it to the net, and that one deflects in, and the Panthers are up a goal.
What a stunning turn of events, like we saw in the second period for the Lightning. This time, it's the Panthers. And Seth Jones, who has been all over it. I believe Seth Jones scores this one. Marchand was hanging around. I don't believe he ever got a piece of it. And this goes off the skate of McDonough, the defenseman. Get shots through. Good things happen. Twice in a row. And Seth Jones, who has been, in my personal opinion, one of the best Panther defensemen. He has stood out every time that he's been on the ice. And all of a sudden, the Panthers just flipped the script just like that. And this was McDonough trying to block that shot by Seth Jones, and it goes right off McDonough's skate blade, and then a rolling, bouncing puck over the pad, and Panthers have a 3-2 lead. What looked like desperation time, the Panthers are able to find some offense when they need it most late here in the third period.
So the Panthers, like the Lightning back in the second, 2 and 11 seconds.
I like 11, buddy.
And this building turns up to 11.
It does. Goes wild west. 11 seconds apart.
Hooked up down to the right by Hedman. Around the end boards, Lundell on it, and he will play it out the line, held in. Radish, Gensel, shot, he rang it off the goalpost. Inches from tying the game, Gensel, then Hedman winds, fires, and a save with the left pad by Bobrovsky. And the puck played into the neutral zone. 3:07 to play in the third. 3-2 Panthers in, the Lightning go. Gensel poke check, the puck out to center and point. We'll hand it back for McDonough. Seth Jones first to the playoffs. And that is the difference maker now. Puck played long down to our right, and no icing here as the Lightning charge in. Gonsalves to Paul along the far boards. Nick Paul, he's tied up. Loose puck. And it's going to take a roll outside the line. McDonough back to handle this one. 2:35 to go in the third. 3-2. It's the Panthers in front of the Lightning. Back in go the Lightning left side. Gonsalves to the corner. And Reinhart almost poked it away. Gonsalves clings to it to the far point. McDonough. Long shot tipped, and that's wide from Gord. Picked up by Rodriguez. Sent along the near side. And it's played out of the zone by Reinhart down to our left. And McDonough will go back for this one. 2:13 left in the third.
Now John Cooper's got to be thinking about pulling his goalie. A couple of minutes ago, Paul Maurice was having those same thoughts.
Now it's Kucherov, the puck carrier, in for the Lightning. Poked away, Radish with it just outside the Panthers line. Inside 2 minutes to play in the third. 3-2, the Panthers in front. Victor Hedman for the Lightning to Braden Point. Now it's dumped down by Point. Vasilevsky to the bench. The extra attacker on for the Panthers as Barkov clears. Up the right side, Verhaeghe to the empty net. He scores! Connor Verhaeghe, the empty netter, and the Panthers lead 4-2 with 100 seconds to play here in the third.
A comeback for the ages for the Cats. Flip it out on the boards, just trying to get it out. Cirelli can't handle it. Verhaeghe able to get it, even though he's behind the red line. He's able to skate it over the red line. Make sure he's not getting an icing. Right into the clown's mouth, and it is 4-2 for the Panthers. What a job just sticking with it. Just grinding it out, finding a way. And they were in the presence there. Aaron Ekblad there, jumping back door there. And that was a nothing play by Reinhart. He had no options. He had it at the point, surveying everything, looking for something. And then the smartness of Aaron Ekblad realizing I can pull by Kucherov here. He's not watching. And Reinhart just threw it in the net, and all of a sudden there. It's 2-2. You come out, and then you get a fortuitous bounce. On the Seth Jones, puck's on net. Good things happen. It goes off the skate blade of McDonough. And Jones at this point has the go-ahead goal for the Panthers. Verhaeghe with the empty netter.
Now the Lightning charge in. Vasilevsky back to the bench. 4-2, Panthers, 1:21 to go. The extra attacker on for the Lightning here. As over on that far side of the ice, this one battled for. And it squirts back behind the net and around to the near boards. Here's Radish for the Lightning. Couldn't hold it down deep. Barkov, Lou Ostarinen floats it on for Reinhart. He'll race it down. Reinhart right side. Scoots around Cirelli. Reinhart to the far corner. Reinhart behind the empty Tampa Bay net down to our left. 52 seconds to go here in the third. 4-2. It's the Panthers in front. The Panthers looking to push the Lightning to the brink of elimination ahead of Game 5 coming up on Wednesday night. Puck played up the near boards. Forsling holds it in. He lets it rip to the empty net. It's blocked by Cirelli. Into the near corner, Hedman. Up the near side for Kucherov. Nikita Kucherov shovels one on. Taken back by Forsling, 26 seconds to play. He lobs it high. This one's picked up by Radish. He'll clear into the neutral zone. Back out around center, Nick Paul with it for Tampa Bay. Cruising up the left side. It's whipped to the net then by Gensel, who's blasted the corner by Ekblad out to the near point. Radish a drive, and that deflects wide. 10 seconds. Puck play to the front of the goal. Bounces away. Rodriguez to Bennett. Bennett to the empty net, and he just missed wide. But the final horn will sound, and the Panthers take a 3-1 series lead. A 4-2 come from behind win here tonight for the Panthers over the Lightning. The Panthers will have a chance now to move on to round 2 come Wednesday night's Game 5.
Just sticking with the program all the way through. Got down a couple there. Or down one after scoring the opening goal. Tampa scores 2 goals in 11 seconds. Take the lead in the locker room after 2 periods. And they hang on to it for the most of the third period. We had to go into the last TV timeout break before the Panthers would get an answer, and it came from Aaron Ekblad, who had a goal taken off the board on the power play earlier in this third period. A simple shot by the Reinhart from the point, generates the rebound. Ekblad scores, and just like the Lightning, exactly 11 seconds later, comes back to the point. Seth Jones was able to just fire a puck on net. Goes off the defenseman, McDonough, bounces over Vasilevsky, and just a grinded out, lunch pail hard hat game. And the Panthers find a way, and that one hurts. And wow, what a change of emotions. You talk about the ability to turn a series on its head in 11 seconds. It possibly could have happened for Tampa Bay, and it happened for the Panthers. And we had 2 of the biggest 11 seconds in playoff history, I believe, here this evening. And fortunately for the Panthers, their 11 seconds mattered most. Verhaeghe with the empty net goal. Sergei Bobrovsky able to shut it down. And I have to go back, Doug. I have to go back at the start of this third period when Mikkola takes a 5-minute major.
Yep.
And he's out of the game. You're down to 5 defensemen. You have to kill off the 5-minute major. And the penalty killing work that the Panthers have done throughout this series has been a big reason that they've been able to lead themselves 2 victories. They get through that 5-minute power play by Tampa Bay, unscathed and not really dangerous. You had a power play right after it. Looks like you tied the game, but you don't quit. You're going to go and you're going to drive. And Aaron Ekblad being announced now as the second star of the game, a big factor in that. And this was just an all-around gutsy performance by the Panthers. Paul Maurice had to shorten his bench, go down to 3 lines, and you're playing those top 3 lines, heavy minutes. And somehow, same thing with when Tampa Bay was going through their run. When you're Stanley Cup champion, you find ways. And that's exactly what the Panthers did. They found a way.
And the Panthers get it done tonight, a 4-2 win. They come from behind, and they lead the series 3-1. And now come Wednesday night's Game 5. It'll be the Tampa Bay Lightning on the brink of elimination, and the Panthers will just need one more win to move on to round 2. 4-2, Panthers over the Lightning. A victorious edition of the Cats Recap Show is next. And, well, the Panthers, a 3-1 series lead. Game 4 has been presented by City Furniture. This is Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Florida Panthers hockey. The game coverage doesn't stop now. More with a Cats Recap Show coming up on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you.
To every child and family who've needed us since 1875, and all who support us, our hospital needs no introduction. But just in case, it's SickKids. And it's our 150th birthday. Our mission has always been healthier children, a better world. The first children's hospital in Canada, SickKids. Pasteurizing milk to prevent disease 30 years before it was mandatory. The heart-lung machine that transformed open heart surgery. A pediatric kidney transplant in 1969. SickKids. Sick Kids and SickKids. We discover
that's tomorrow at your local participating Huey Magoo's location. When the Cats win, you win. Also, because the Panthers scored 4 tonight, they only need to score 3 to make this one work, but the Panthers, they scored 4. When the Panthers score 3 or more to game, you can score 2. Head over to Pliables tomorrow, rocking your Panthers gear. Enjoy a free Panthers Mood Color Bowl. Pliables, your slice of summer anytime. Let's get to the 3 stars of tonight's game. Powered by Omega XL Sport. Omega XL Sport accelerates muscle recovery. Perform, excel, recover. The number 3 star tonight, Anton Lundell from the Panthers. A goal, an assist, 2 points, +2, 14 minutes, 50 seconds on the ice. Anton Lundell, another nice game for him. The number 2 star tonight, Aaron Ekblad. A goal, +1, 21-43 on the ice. Ekblad takes home second star honors. The number 1 star tonight led all skaters in ice time this evening. Seth Jones had the eventual game winner. The third Panthers goal was +1 in 26 minutes and 16 seconds on the ice. He takes home your top star honors tonight. The 3 stars of the game are powered by Omega XL Sport. Omega XL Sport accelerates muscle recovery. Perform, excel, recover. The Panthers tonight, they scored first. They've scored first in every game of the series. Tampa Bay, 2 and 11 seconds to get the lead. That's how we went into the third. And then we went further and further along, and you were just hoping the Panthers could get that 1 to tie. Well, what do, Billy? They get 1 to tie, 1 to take the lead, and 1 empty netter for good measure. They win the game 4-2.
Yeah, that was impressive. And going back to that Ekblad goal, watching in Reinhart and have the puck, I was watching from up here and just I see Verhaeghe cutting, trying to get back door. He can't. And Reinhart's looking for any kind of passing play that he can. He's hanging on to it. And the Panthers did a pretty decent job because they ran one forward out high. That caused some confusion for Kucherov and everything and opened up that middle seam. There was no passing play, but there was one about to materialize. And I talked about shooting those pucks low, getting those rebound opportunities. And Reinhardt was not shooting to score from that option at all. He just put a simple, lazy wrist shot trying to generate a rebound. And that's exactly what happened. And because of the defensive coverage, and Ekblad and his smarts, knowing when to jump and get by there, realized, well, Kucherov, the other forward, not looking. And there was nothing but Main Street to come down for Aaron Ekblad. Once he got around, he was just coming all the way down, and you have to finish it off as well. It's one thing to get to the rebound and get all that open space, but it's a really nice finish there by Ekblad. He's able to elevate the puck. And Seth Jones, who was really pushing it offensively, you could tell tonight, push, and go. And that's the benefit of having Ekblad back, is that you kind of balance out the minutes. You could see a little bit fresher Seth Jones in this game. He's still logged, I believe, pretty high minutes because of the 5 defensemen.
26-16,
yeah. But when we have a 6-man rotation, sometimes he was playing 27, 28 minutes up in that area. Really good job by the Panthers, and good things happen when you shoot the puck in the net, Doug. It just look at Chernak. The 2 goals that happened in 11 seconds, the backhand goals both times. Chernak, simple wrist shot from the blue line, a little bit of traffic in front, and Bobrovsky never sees it, goes over his shoulder. Seth Jones is able to get this one at the blue line. Nothing's happening. I talked about those net front battles all night long and trying to get there. Well, you got defensemen trying to block out, trying to get hungry, trying to block shots. Well, this time McDonough tried to get out in front and block this shot, and it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a heater. It just, there's another instance. Just get the puck to the front of the net. Maybe something will happen. And McDonough reached out with his right skate, and it goes off McDonough's skate. And there's where you need that fortuitous bounce. It starts rolling end over end and just trickles over the pad and the goal line. If it stayed on the goal line, Marchand was going to be there to tap it in. He was hanging out there. That line was special, too. Marchand, Lundell. Pretty much it's so hard to get scoring chances between these two teams. You feel at times like you could play for eons before you'd ever see a goal on either side, and that's where you're kind of struggling. And when you're down 2-1 and you give up those 2 goals, and Vasilevsky's playing the way that he is anything. And so really, all of a sudden, you killed off that 5-minute major, which was huge. You got the crowd involved. Get a power play of your own. And this place is rocking. Aaron Ekblad scores. They believe they have the tying goal. And it doesn't. It's called off on an offside. Now you're back. That's hard to swallow for any team when you have to kill off a 5-minute major, and now a goal gets taken off the board. But to the Panthers' credit, just don't quit. Don't quit. Go, and find a way. And they were able to, and it was special. It was a special night here. And the fans were loud, and boy, did this place erupt when that Seth Jones, not only the Ekblad goal, but when the Seth Jones goal went in. And all credit to our fan base, it was packed in here tonight, and it got extremely loud down there at the end. Verhaeghe would salt it away, and the Panthers all of a sudden look like we might be going back to Tampa Bay 2-2, are able to take a bit of a stranglehold on this series and make it 3-1. How you go back to, you were mentioning in this date of Panther history, we were talking about that Boston playoff series and key inflection moments throughout a run, things that have to happen, that have to go right. Mm-hmm. This is exactly one of them.
Yep, a come-from-behind win late in the game against a really good team that really had given you nothing all night, and then the Panthers score 3 after the last media timeout.
And if Tampa Bay wins this game, they feel firmly that they're right back into this. So they're going back on home ice. We got home ice in favor. It's a best out of 3. They would have had 2 of the last 3 games at home. Now the Panthers have a chance to go over Alligator Alley and clinch it over in Tampa Bay. You rode 9 forwards and 5 defensemen for the last 15 minutes. You have to, Paul Maurice, this is the one time that you have to shorten up your bench, and that's where the health comes in to the playoffs, knowing that, okay, well, Tkachuk he's ready to go, and I can put him out there. If I have to play him extended, we got him right. We got him into a a place where I can play him the minutes. He's starting to get, and you can feel a little bit more comfortable pushing the envelope with Tkachuk when you get down into the 9 forwards, because once you get down 9, and you're out there a lot, you're going over the boards because shifts are getting down into that 30, 45 second range. Boom, over, and it's just trying to way to get it done. And there's no Picassos in this game at all. You want pretty goals? Forget about it. There was the one was pretty. Marchand won the foot brace in the corner, and then Lewis Green, and that was decent. But the one more for the 2 that Tampa got, and the last 2 by the Panthers. That's how you're going to score in this series. It's going to be ugly, and it's not going to be pretty. That's exactly what it was. It's going to be rebounds. It's going to be something off the butt. You're going to cause havoc in front of the net, and the Panthers have a little bit more of that, I believe, in their repertoire. Got it done, and boy, that's awesome. That's playoff hockey at its finest, especially if you're a Panther fan. I guess it's kind of tough to swallow for the Lightning. And if we look back and we go far in this playoffs, we will remember this game for a long, long time.
Yeah, that could be a turning point type of game, and it took a lot. It took a lot from a lot of different places in this one here this evening. So 4-2, Panthers get it done, and they push the Lightning to the brink of elimination. Game 5 is going to be 7:30 Wednesday. We're on the air with Panthers Preview at 7 o'clock. So that's what's up next for the Panthers. A 4-2 winner. The Panthers tonight here in Game 4. Game 4 presented by our friends at City Furniture. Straight ahead, Kevin Rogers has a full rundown of what took place tonight. By the way, 19,551 on hand here this evening at Amerant Bank Arena, and the energy was off the charts. So if you're in your car on the way home from the arena tonight, you were at the game, we thank you very much for being here, and all of you deserve a pat on the back because
it was loud, it was good.
You were all part of the energy here this evening.
I think that's all we can. That's about all we can stuff into this place.
That's for 19,551. That was. It was a fantastic crowd, fantastic energy here tonight. Kevin Rogers, a full rundown of all the action coming up on the other side. After that, we will have the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard, and we hope to have some post-game reaction from Panthers from downstairs coming your way. So we believe our man Vlad Lusant's down there gathering some post-game sound, so we hope to have some of that coming your way later on here in the Cats Recap Show. 4-2, Panthers over the Lightning. That's a final here in Game 4. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean.
The excitement continues in Hallandale Beach with live racing action Thursday through Sunday at Gulfstream Park. Plan a day after races in 10 Palms Restaurant with premium dining and elevated track views, or take in the races trackside from the Carousel Club with a craft cocktail. For stake schedules, reservations, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Cats Recap Show continues. Kevin Rogers with you. Panthers beat the Lightning tonight 4-2. Take a 3-1 lead in this best-of-7 series. Game 5 Wednesday. back in Tampa. We'll say how it all unfolded in just a moment. First, let's pause for station identification right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist.
Everything is better on ice.
And scores through the legs. He's done.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. C Station. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Panthers won the first 2 games of this series in Tampa. Lightning bounced back on Saturday with a 5-1 win over the Panthers, and Tampa Bay looking to even things up before heading home on Wednesday. Panthers wanted a 3-1 lead, looking to close it out on the road at Amalie Arena on Wednesday night. Sergei Bobrovsky and Andrei Vasilevsky starting in the Nets first period. No goals. First time we've seen a scoreless first period in the series. First time the Panthers hadn't scored a goal in the opening period in the 4 games so far. So we go right to the second period. We're a little more than 9 minutes in. Anton Lundell would get the Panthers on the board.
Lundell, his pass for Jones, too hot to handle, goes down to our right, no icing. Marchand there first. Marchand in the near corner. He's got Lilleberg on him, and to help out is Lewoster in the front. Marchand, and they scored. It's Anton Lundell set up in front. Marchand to Lundell, and the Panthers strike first with 10:54 to go here in the second.
Anton Lundell scoring his first goal of the postseason, 9:06 into the second. Brad Marchand and Etulo Storino with the assist. Panthers take the 1-0 lead. However, a little more than 3 minutes later, Tampa Bay would even things up at 1 apiece.
Jorgensen's behind the net. Point right side, a shot, and perfect stop by Rusky. The rebound, they score. And that was batted at in front. Looks like it was Chafee who got a piece of it. And this game is tied at 1 with 7:39 to go here in the second.
Mitchell Chafee scoring his first of the series. Emil Lilleberg and Nick Perbix with the assist. 12:21 into the second. Lightning even things up at 1 apiece. Then it took 11 seconds for Tampa Bay to take its first lead of the night.
Here's Gensel to Chernak. A shot. He scores. Off the bar and in. Top shelf. And Eric Chernak has given the Lightning a 2-1 lead.
11 seconds it took for 2 goals by Tampa Bay. Eric Chernak there, his first of the series. Jake Gensel with the lone assist. Tampa Bay up 2-1. We go to the third period. 2-1 Lightning most of the way. Aaron Ekblad thought he had the game-tying goal. However, the Lightning challenged it for an offside, and they were right, as the Panthers were offside, and the goal was nullified, so it stayed 2-1 Tampa Bay. However, Ekblad would get his revenge out in front and beat Vasilevsky to tie things up at 2 apiece.
Ekblad hands there to Reinhart. Reinhart just inside the line. One shot save, made a rebound, they score! And it's Aaron Ekblad crashing the net, and the Panthers have tied this game at 2 with 3:47 to play in the third. Aaron Ekblad picks up the rebound, and this game is tied.
Aaron Ekblad, his first goal of the postseason. Sam Reinhart with his third assist of this series. 16-13 into the third. Panthers even things up at 2 apiece. Lightning got 2 goals in 11-second span. Panthers said we could do that too, as Seth Jones will give the Panthers the lead.
Long shot from the far point. They score! They score! This one took a bounce out front, and the Panthers have taken a 3-2 lead with 3:36 to play. Seth Jones put it to the net, and that one deflects in, and the Panthers are up a goal.
Seth Jones, his first goal as a Panther in the postseason. 16:24 into the third. Anton Lundell and Brad Marchand assisting. Marchand's second assist of the night. It deflected off a Lightning player to beat Vasilevsky, and the puck just spun right past him and reached the back of the net to give the Panthers the 3-2 lead. So 2 goals in 11 seconds for both teams tonight, but the Panthers able to get the go-ahead goal there to lead at 3-2. And then a little bit after that, Sergei Bobrovsky would keep the Lightning out of the net.
Around the end boards, Lundell on it, and he will play it out the line, held in. Radish, Gensel, shot, he rang it off the goalpost. Inches from tying the game, Gensel, then Hedman winds, fires, and a save with the left hand by Bobrovsky, and the puck played into the neutral zone.
Sergei Bobrovsky, one of his 18 saves tonight, as he would keep it a 3-2 game. Then the Lightning would pull Vasilevsky for the extra attacker. And Carter Verhaeghe, who hadn't scored a goal in this series, in fact, hadn't scored a goal against Tampa Bay this season, he would score against his former mates and give the Panthers a 2-goal lead.
Vasilevsky to the bench. The extra attacker on for the Panthers as Barkov clears. Up the right side, Verhaeghe to the empty net. He scores! Carter Verhaeghe, the empty netter, and the
The Panthers lead 4-2 with 100 seconds to play here in the third.
18-20 into the third period. First goal for Carter Verhaeghe of the series. Alexander Barkov with the assist. Panthers take the 4-2 lead, and they win it by that score 4-2. So all four goal scorers for the Panthers tonight, Lundell, Ekblad, Jones, and Verhaeghe, all their first goals of the series. And the Panthers able to grab the comeback win. Sergei Bobrovsky, 18 saves on 20 Tampa Bay shots. Andrei Vasilevsky, 19 saves on 22 shots inside the Lightning net, and the Panthers overcome that third period deficit. Now lead that series 3-1. In fact, all four Eastern Conference series are at 3-1, as two of the